we talk about that?
Fucking horse.
Welcome back on the horse, live from Hobo Studios. We are getting it on massively tonight, aren't we?
What does that mean?
We're just going to go nuts. I don't give a shit. So
okay.
get there. It is episode 8.
That wasn't.
Have you got anything for me for the number 8?
Well,
Scoot.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
there's 8 US pints in a gallon, but that's different to imperial pints or an imperial gallon, apparently.
Wow.
Imagine that. Imagine running a system where it's like this many pints in a gallon, this many inches in a foot. How has it not been sorted out yet?
I can show you how many inches are in a foot if you really want.
Oh, by the way,
Yes.
I'm so glad. So we're recording at Scott's place of residence. I am so glad your bathroom has frosted windows because Leggie went to have a shower earlier and I just saw him strip off through the
really?
window.
Oh,
I'm
did
like,
you?
holy shit, I was
Wow.
so
What,
glad
you
that it was
you just sit down and have a watch?
I saw the
moved.
pressed ham against the window.
Like, jeez, far
I'm
out.
used
Thank
to
God
it.
for
Did you actually?
frosted
Did you?
windows.
What were you watching me?
I was walking past and...
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just
Use the blinds, chant.
There's
I don't-
none
oh,
in
no, it's
there.
probably
No,
not.
it's
There's
not.
none in there.
Frosted
don't
windows, you're
care.
safe.
Seen one,
Man,
you've seen them all.
frosty
Oh,
dubs.
mate, I think I've seen
Yeah.
you do a nudie run before, so we're all good.
Anyway, obviously millimeters are where it's at, centimeters,
Oh,
and
okay. Yes.
meters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the same country that's got a president that falls asleep in speeches, so they've got a lot of
How
problems.
bad is his speeches? Like,
Oh, he can't even walk on and off a stage now without a helper.
I seen him do one speech, and he turned around to shake someone's hand, and there's no one there.
There's no one there.
That's like when you said that band had a really great set when they hadn't even played yet.
Yeah, we talked about that last episode. Go back to episode 7 for that.
Yeah,
Or was that episode 7?
But
Yeah.
I was going to say,
we could delve into the metric system
outside
further.
of outside of Barack
we're fine.
Obama, they haven't had a great run with choosing presidents across old
No.
Bushy
No.
and old Redface or Redhead, and then Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
Sleepy
And what the
Jays.
leader of the free world countries or
Why?
something.
Why do they
yeah.
keep choosing such shocking candidates?
I think it's money, isn't it? I think
Oh,
money
yeah.
runs it all.
Who
Anyway,
knows? But anyway, the metric
quite
system.
political.
What I would like to
metric
be
system, yeah.
metric is: would it be possible to make time metric, and months and years and stuff? Obviously, years is governed by the planets. There is literally 365 days, and 360. What is it? 365 and a quarter days
rounded down, yeah.
in a
Year.
year. We can't change that. We can't make it 1,000. We can't just
Right.
re-engineer that. So
Right.
that's a constant.
Right.
We're working back from there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what about time? Why don't we make a minute? Why is it 24 hours in a day
Instead of like 48.
instead of 1,000
Or-
hours or 100 hours in a day?
I think
And an
it's just
hour
the-
is just however many.
The sunrise and sunset, isn't it? And how it
Yeah,
But
but
changes
we can divide
over
it up.
winter.
We can
we're
divide it
choosing
up
to
into
divide it up
100.
by
Why don't we divide it up into
24.
100
yeah,
Like a base 10 system.
base 10?
yeah.
But there'd be some crossover though, like what's a half-inch socket in millimeters?
1.2.
13 mil.
What was the question?
13 mil. A 13 mil socket's very close to a half inch.
Yeah, I was getting there. I said 1.2.
Speaking of half inch, show us your mammal toe again.
Oh, then we've come around full circle back to Scoot Shorts.
Yes, we have. Anyway, well, what have you been up to? What,
Oh.
Jigs? What have you been up to?
Mate, I've had a busy couple of weeks.
Haven't you?
I've been
Jet setter?
back on another plane up to
Back
Port
on the
Douglas.
plane. I'm back on the plane.
Fucking plane. Back, I went up to Porty D. Port
Porty
Douglas. Porty D.
Nice place.
Port Douglas.
Yeah, spent 5 days up there with the misso. for
See any
our
Crocs?
wedding
See any Croc
anniversary.
shots?
Didn't see any Crocs. Didn't see any
get Croc blocked?
cassowaries.
No croc block?
No cassowaries, no Crocs. I was told
Oh, really?
those were the two things to see. Didn't
Oh.
see a fucking one.
Yeah, I saw crocs out there.
One thing that was interesting, we were on the Skyrail at Coranda, and as we're coming off it, we go over this river, and the audio tour says, if you look down below, you are very likely to see a croc resting on the riverbanks, and we didn't. But then we go off the Skyrail, and they said, go and do this walk. And the walk that they sent us on was the exact riverbank that they said you are very likely
supposed to
to
find
see
a
a
croc.
fucking croc on.
Holy shit.
I was like, this seems conflicting.
Yeah.
But no, it's a good trip. Yeah.
Oh, it's good. What do you?
We had our annual Sunshine Coast soccer tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Is this
It's a
the
pretty
one
big
where
tour-
last
Pretty big
year?
tournament. We're a pretty big deal down there.
Is this
Up
the one
there.
where
Up there,
last
up
year
there. Yeah.
you did?
Altitude.
That's
lower.
Imperial.
Altitude's lower because we're slightly on a
okay.
hill here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
down
Good
there.
point.
Well, is this the one where last
That's why I'm
year
right.
you did a Mighty Ducks flying V
Yeah, we
on the
started that
soccer
tradition, the
field?
flying V. We did it, and
You
we did
did
it
it
again
again.
this year.
Awesome.
How'd it go this time? Because it wasn't good the first
We
time.
actually, both times, it's literally a great move. Like, we had the best chance. Like, both times we did it, like last year and this year, we did it against a really hard team, which we were getting spanked. Like,
Yeah.
it was just like defending the whole game.
Yeah.
And then
What was the
we
score?
did the.
What was the score?
It was actually only 4-0 at the end of the game. I asked the ref, what's the score then? He's like, 4-0. I was like, really? Is that all?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. It was just, barrage, but they just had a million shots.
Did you
which is
announce
like-
it like the flying V? Or
Well,
like
it was the
you
same
announced
ref
the
that we had
dunking?
last, because I recognised the ref, and I asked him a few games before. I said, "Hey, do you remember something special happening last year at this tournament?" And he's like, "Don't know, not really." I was like, was there one like particular game where history was, I don't know, being made right in front of you or something like that?
Someone's ego needs a lot of stroking, doesn't it?
Did he say spit it out, fuckhead?
And, yeah, I think in the end he agreed, he remembered, but I think it was just to shut me up because the game was about to start.
Oh, someone was going for a kick a goal. You're like, mate, oi. Yeah.
Do you not see the effect you have on people?
Yeah, well, and yeah, so we did it again, and I asked the ref, is it okay again we do this? Because last time in history, this time and again, and yeah, both times we had the best chance that we had in the whole game. So this time we did it
Attacking.
attacking chance.
Right.
Yeah. This time we did it we decided to do it at halftime, like after halftime, kickoff, at our kickoff after halftime.
Right. Yeah.
Because last time was a bit of confusion. It was like, we didn't know when we were going to do it, and then it was like, guys, quack, no, fly north for the winter. No, not yet.
Fly north for the winter.
And like half the team were like,
that's
no, the vibe's not there. This is a real serious team. And they're like, no, let's just do it. Anyway, we got it done. But this time we came prepared. The second half, we stood out there,
That's great.
and
So you did it at the start
and
of
I
the
said,
half.
yeah, and I just, because I'm the most enthusiastic about this.
You don't
Surprise,
say. You
surprise.
fucking don't
So
say.
I stood up there with my foot on the ball halfway, and I just went, "Ducks assemble!" and they didn't know what the fuck was happening. The other team didn't know.
Brilliant.
They were just looking, and then
What the fuck's
so
going
then
on?
we formed the V.
Is every other team taking this competition seriously?
Yeah, really seriously. Yeah.
Was
team.
this the how many days did it go for?
For those who do or don't make finals? Are you asking?
Well, had you had a big night the night
Give
before
it-
and then
give
got
it-
up
give
and
us
played?
both.
Or?
Those who don't make finals played 2 days, so 2 games each day, so 4 games over 2 days.
Yep.
Those who do make finals play
Third day.
Sunday as well, third day. And
Okay.
we don't want to play that third day. Like, we got to get home. We're sore, so we don't want to. That's why
Yeah.
we don't make the
So
finals.
you
usually.
don't-
Yeah.
you deliberately don't make it. Yeah.
There was a fair bit of piss, I assume.
Yeah.
Do you know why I assume that?
Why?
Because, Leggie, I don't know if Scoot has ever been on a soccer trip where I haven't received a text message that
Yeah.
says, "Hey, can you send me all those photos that you've got of me with my balls out?" You remember the time we were in Vegas and I had my
Vegas,
balls out in that photo? Can you send me that photo?
Stratosphere, yeah.
And I sent him a wall of photos and I said, "All right, here's some stuff to make you look good in front of your mates."
Who's in the photo and on the stratosphere and your nuts are out? Because I'm standing beside you. And who's going like this?
Spinner.
Oh,
Yeah, Spinner.
he's
Yeah.
pointing at-
Yeah,
Shout
well,
out to
see,
Spinner.
speaking of nuts,
He's a
I
listener.
actually won the coveted award this year, the Teabag Award.
Really?
Of course
That's
you did.
great. Well
Is that
done.
why you wanted it?
No, it's unrelated, but yeah.
just another
Well,
unrelated
like
ball
our
sack moment.
unofficial team name is the Teabags, and there's an award if anyone like threatens to like gets a successful teabag.
Done?
So did you get
Yeah.
one done?
Oh, I nearly got one done on
Oh.
Trav. He was asleep. I thought he was asleep in the room, and I was going in there determined, like
To
it
get
was
it done,
happening. If he was
yeah.
asleep, it was happening. Fortunately for him, he was up and about.
I got you on the houseboat, but it wasn't teabag.
Oh, it
It
was
was on
it
the
was like on the shoulder.
I can't.
yeah.
I can't remember if we've talked about this on the potty, but we played touch football once, and a guy got knocked out, and he was injured badly on the ground. and another guy we knew just yelled out, "Somebody teabag him!"
Yeah.
Are we
talked
assuming
about
that,
that, yeah.
the listeners know what a teabag is? Or
Oh,
we need to
they-
explain
I
it?
think they know.
I don't
Yeah.
think they can Google it.
Yeah, you got to dunk it. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
But and then one of the other guys was like, "Oh, my wife said she's going to do it to me because I always fall asleep." I said, "No, that's a flappuccino."
It is a flappuccino.
Have you made that up?
No.
Okay, because that's quite good.
I think
Well
I said
done.
that.
Anyway,
what about you?
Oh, I wasn't well on the weekend. Had to get a few more scans done. And that, so I had a very quiet weekend, just at home, doing nothing. So
I find it fucking incredible that one day you're texting me saying I'm at the hospital because I'm in pain, and then the next day you're texting me saying just played basketball, didn't score any points. Although maybe those two things are related. Maybe you shouldn't have played basketball.
no. Last night we played basketball. Funny thing though, I didn't score any. I played quite well, but I just didn't. None dropped again. Anyway, I was frustrated after the game. Just
Gravity's fault.
yeah, definitely. And the pinhead throwing them up there. That's me. But I was driving home and I thought, I haven't had time to go shopping because I've been a bit crook. So I thought I'll just get some Thai on the way home. So I rang the local Thai restaurants just around the corner. It's called, I won't say who it's called. Anyway, the lady answered the phone and I was sore and I was tired and I just played and we lost by 8 points, and if I had hit 4 shots, it would have been a draw. Anyway, blame myself. But she said, so I got a Thai green curry with chicken, and I said, do you have spring rolls as well? And she said, yeah, we have crab spring rolls and vegetable spring rolls. And I said, can I have 4 vegetable spring rolls? And I didn't even mean to say it.
You just repeated it.
I just repeated it
I
because I
find-
didn't want to be.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and I went, oh no. And she goes, okay, 4 vegetable spring rolls. And I went, oh, that's.
Yeah,
I felt really, I was like,
find that-
I didn't mean it at all.
I
Like,
find that if I'm talking to someone whose English is their second language, and look,
We've all started talking.
I don't know
quieter.
a second language, so I can't. I can't talk.
No,
but
you don't.
I actually start imitating that, not on purpose, but
That's
like
what I-
like.
yeah.
So an Asian accent, like I'll say it. I'll start talking in an Asian accent back. It's really
I didn't
inappropriate.
talk in the accent. I just said the word. And then as soon as I said, I went, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I hope she wasn't thinking I was taking the piss, but.
Yeah, I know why you're not said the name of the restaurant.
But it was not. It was so good. I thought I'll keep half of it for lunch today, but I couldn't. I just ate the whole lot. 4 spring
And
rolls. And
what
everything.
about your boxing with the girls?
Oh yeah,
started that?
we've done 2 weeks of that now. Every Thursday night we go to the boxing gym at the coast, Burleigh Heads. Shout out to Paul Briggs and his guys there.
Shout out to Burleigh Head's Pizza Hut, which is no
fucking
longer with us.
hell.
Rest in peace.
He was giving a plug to a business.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'm giving a plug.
Sanctum
to,
Boxing, but they had.
failed
I think we missed Tim Zoo training there by an hour or so.
really?
Yeah, for he had his fight on, which we've got in the sports wrap. He had his fight on Sunday, which he won.
Yeah.
Yeah, against Mendoza. So that was really cool.
cool.
And they had some on their socials of Tim training at the same gym.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
but the girls
that-
are loving it. They're getting their balance better.
You
and,
would have made a good sparring partner.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I should see some of the guys
I'd love
there.
to see him have a crack at your forehead.
Yeah.
I can belt the thing
They're
back in.
proper fighters. They're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
but
find it funny, like with boxing, when I've tried to do that just for like exercise, how quickly your arms get tired just holding them up? It's like if you're trying to screw drive something.
Yeah.
Am I the
that
only one?
sort of thing.
Like if
Yeah.
you're trying to just
Paint-
a screwdriver
painting
above your
is-
head,
Yeah.
Painting a ceiling.
how quickly?
Painting a ceiling.
Sort-
Anything
yeah.
above
Your
your
little-
head. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't found that with boxing, but
No,
I
I
know
haven't
what you mean
found it
with
with boxing.
screwdrivers.
I haven't
and-
found it with
yeah.
boxing
Don't
either.
you think holding the gloves up, like just
Actually, punching starts
Yeah,
to
the
get
punching, I
tiresome, but
guess.
holding your arms up, that's just a fundamental.
I guess.
But it's been great. The girls have loved it, and they're
good.
looking forward to each week. So yeah, it's really
Awesome.
cool. But now we're on boxing. The sports wrap. I had won the watched Australia versus Samoa in the Pacific Rugby League comp.
Oh, yeah.
And there's been a bit of an uproar about some of the players not singing the national
I
anthem.
saw that. Yeah.
What do you think? What's your
Oh,
thoughts?
I can't remember who the commentator was. He said the coach, or should just say, look, it is a condition of playing that, we sing the national anthem. So
Yep.
if you agree to play, that's what we all do. I see that side of it, but it's a lot deeper than that, isn't it? Like I don't know.
It's a
I
tricky
think-
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Mal Meninga come out and said, well, each family has different values, and he wants to respect those values. And if they don't sing it, it doesn't mean they're less passionate about playing for their country, but it's is it the old school people, whatever, getting their titties in a knot? Or...
Yeah, I think there needs to be wiggle room for that sort of thing. Obviously, there's a line. Like if someone's like, okay, well, I'm not wearing the jersey. Like, you know, that's a...
It's quite similar to the gay pride round where there were players boycotting it.
Oh,
I think it was
that's a good point. Yeah.
Was it St Kilda that were wearing the gay pride jerseys, and there were players who were just saying, "I'm not wearing it," and for religious reasons.
Yeah. Manly did that.
Manly had their thing as well. I think they ended up wearing it, but
sometimes they put the tape over. Oh, that's a sponsor thing. Sometimes
some
they
sponsors
put the tape over. It's that's a massive can of worms.
It is a can of worms.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and not that we want to get too political or anything like that on the show, but I don't think it's our place to do that because we're funny bastards. Anyway, let's move on. The World Cup, not the World Cup cricket.
Oh,
Australia lost the first 2 games.
I watched last night. Was it Sri Lanka?
Yeah, Sri Lanka last night.
They were one in the first over, was it?
Hey,
didn't who was it?
I didn't see that.
I was going to say Mitchell Johnson, obviously not him.
Was it a Mancad?
No, he threatened the
Pretended.
Mitchell Stark, I was thinking.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Don't take that as gospel. I could have made that up.
I saw we were like 1 for 160 or something. I'm like, fucking hell, come on.
Yeah.
And Zampa pulled us out of a fucking hole.
Is that the first time he's ever pulled anyone out of a
Yeah.
hole?
Oh, yeah.
On a cricket
and
field?
I think he's been crooked too,
On TV,
so,
anyway.
Yeah.
He always looks so hard done by.
Yeah, he's
Like, oh, it just didn't spin the right way. You know, like, it's a bad patch.
It's your job to make it spin.
Yeah.
But what's of it
going
that
on?
way. There's always been something about him that I haven't figured out, and that's it. It's like that's it. Zamps, that's it.
Yeah, but what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We didn't look good against India.
they look tired. Like, is
They
it?
look, yeah, they look. I don't know,
Have they
look
played too much?
disinterested.
Or
I think this just pains me to say there's too much cricket.
The World Cups are long.
Like, remember the World Cup?
competition.
It could just be that I got different priorities now, but I used to care about the World Cup of cricket. But now
the
there's
50
a 20
overs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before there's 2020, now there's I didn't even know what this. It's a 50 over World Cup, isn't it?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I hardly even knew that because there was a 2020 World Cup. Okay, that's
Yeah.
right. Who's in it? There's the women's one. There's the men's one.
Ashes.
Now there's Ashes, and then there's the one day. What is it?
He's back,
too much
at the UQ. Jack around.
I say, Margaret. Indeed. Let's have a spot of cricket at the week.
He's doing it again.
Anyway, but
I agree.
think 20. I just would have preferred. I know this world doesn't revolve completely around me.
Do ya?
Completely.
Do ya?
Yeah. But I would have
That's an
preferred.
understatement.
I would have preferred 20
I know this world doesn't revolve around me.
completely.
Completely.
Oh, completely. Sorry, Mum.
I would have preferred 2020 stayed as a hit and giggle, and don't try to make it a real thing because it's too short a period of time for any strategy to unfold.
Yeah.
So let that be an exhibition match where we just see how many runs can we hit when we don't give a shit about our wicket.
Out of it. Yeah.
And then actual cricket is one day and test match, and there's a 1 day World Cup. There's no frickin' 2020 World Cup.
Yeah, we don't need a
talking to,
2020 World Cup.
Yeah.
2020 is largely luck, not skill.
Absolutely.
Don't have a fucking World Cup.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have it as a showpiece game.
I like the BBL. Oh, we're going to say the same thing. Are we
No,
gonna?
we're not.
Okay.
I'm going to say when India come to Australia to play a 5 series 1 day series or like your test matches and that, I like it as a showcase opener to
exactly.
whatever series.
Yeah, just honk it. Who cares?
I
about
don't
your
even
wicket?
like the BBL.
We used to like in the 80s.
It's good for
you
the
get
kids.
in when the 50
When the 50
games
came
first come in.
The pajama cricket.
Yeah, that was great. And sometimes they're only scoring like, I know it's different now, but they're only scoring 250 or something. But the same team would play the tests.
Oh, yeah.
So the same 1 day team would play in the test
Yeah.
unless there was an injury or something like that. I was talking to the other day about it with Leroy, but we'd look forward to it.
I love the 1 day series. Remember the tri series, the 3-team series?
Yeah.
That was great.
I used to love that.
And they got the
over
shits with it because
over the
even
Christmas
then
break.
they had the Australia A team playing Australia. You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Australia A were like,
Yeah.
yeah, they're going really
Ian
well.
Harvey and
Yeah, so they like canned it. It's
I'm
like,
going to make a pretty strong statement about the BBL.
opinion.
It's good for taking the kids to it and watching them hit the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I do not understand how people can go get that into
I'll follow
supporting the
team.
Heat. And
Oh, they
like,
just have
and
different ring-ins every bloody year.
Like if the Heat get into the
Yeah.
final, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
But like people who hardcore support it, like the NRL, or
mainly
the
kids.
I don't
Yeah.
get it.
Mainly kids. So.
What about was it Cameron Green picked up for the IPL?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
6 weeks work,
yeah,
3.2
yeah.
mil.
Sorted.
Yeah.
Sorted.
Absolutely sorted. Yeah.
6 weeks
Yeah.
work. How many games is in that?
Well,
Do you figure that out per hour of work?
well,
I don't
per
want to.
100th of a day.
Can we compare it to what Scoot pays me?
Imperial.
Can we compare it to what Scoot pays me hourly?
Please don't.
Please don't.
Speaking of earning,
Learn how to bloody hit a cricket ball better.
yeah, I would actually
You'll
like
be
that.
all right at cricket, I guess.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Not good
Yeah,
enough,
wasn't too
clearly.
bad.
And no, before we're on this,
Oh shit!
didn't you say you were like, oh, remember, guys, I was coached in tennis by the guy who coached Leighton Hewitt or Pat Rafter. Was it? Is that it? Or I learned to swim by the guy who coached Kieran Perkins. That actually says something about you that he coached two people. One of them is up on the biggest stage in the
Actually
world.
got coached by his wife, but
Yeah.
you were close.
And you're
Where are you?
Where are you? Like, where the bloody hell are you?
I actually got coached by his wife, not
Who?
him.
Kieran Perkins. No.
So
Let's
no,
tell us
This
the
is
story.
the story
It
with
was
lots of young men who have a
John
lot of
Carew
talent.
coached Kieran Perkins.
Yes.
I got coached to swim by John Carew's wife.
Oh, the story changes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it happens.
Once
It
it has
happens a
negative
lot
connotation, it
to
changes.
a lot of people with a lot of skill and that. And when you're 18 and 19, because it all goes out the window.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's certain things that get you in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
That and tail, right? Tail will get you in more trouble than anything. And if you're chasing that, you're not chasing your dreams of. So, what's your best bowling figures then?
Mine.
Yeah.
My personal best fault bowling
Scoot's a
figures.
shit.
Like
bowler.
mine.
Yours.
Yeah,
yes.
mine.
I'm looking at you.
Me.
Yes.
In the cricket match.
Yes. In a cricket match. Yes.
I don't know. Actually, I did some all right bowling at indoor.
You were more of a spinner, weren't you?
I did the spin. I can't really spin it. I'm a bit of a zamper on the old outdoor wicket.
Dumb boy.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
yeah, you
I
just
did
look-
everything I needed to do.
Every
in
time
the
I look
air.
at
You're
you now,
hoping to
I'm
hit
gonna
the
get
empty
it.
The rest,
stubby that
the
got
pitch
left
didn't
on the
do what it
grid.
needed to do. I didn't spin. I don't know the figures. I can't give you
Can't
figures.
remember.
The thing about that is, let's move on to your figures.
Oh no, because no one will beat mine.
Let's
'cause
hear
I
about
know-
your
so
figures.
I don't know. I
Can't remember.
was a fucking.
I'm
weapon,
going to
mate.
tell you mine
I bet
because
you would.
I remember why. I got 7 for 6.
That's more wickets than runs.
Yeah, and I got a hat trick in it,
A hattie.
and it was a school game, and they gave me a hat trick ball, the ball glued on a
Oh,
trophy.
yeah.
And every year we'd play cricket at Christmas at Leroy's place.
Peeled it off.
Snapped it
Snap it
off,
off.
ripped the badge off. Right,
Straight into it. You
Yeah.
put it back on the trophy hole.
No, we lost it.
Hit it over the fence.
Sky. But the Christmas game was more important than
Yeah,
that.
6
So,
and out.
yeah.
On cricket, I know it's still going on about cricket, but the whole man-cad thing. So anyone who's not familiar with the game, so man-cad is, how do we explain this?
You run into bowl,
So if the
and
ball-
then you don't release the ball, but the
non-strike-
the non-striker's end starts to move out of their crease,
Out of
and
their
you just
crease.
knock the bales
If
off.
they move out of their crease a bit
Yeah.
early than they should have.
And you're known to be a bit of a prick doing it.
But why don't, because it's happening more and more, can they just clear up the rule? Can they just
Yeah, just
make
stay in
that,
the
it's just
crease.
part of the rule, make it part of the rule, we can do it, there's no
stay in your
spirit of the
crease.
game argument, it's just,
We had the spirit of the game conversation earlier in this podcast, like episode 1 or 2. But
Yeah, we have.
it's
chatted
just
about
setting
it.
up for problems. Like, why
but
don't-
it was cricket. I think we were talking about.
Yeah,
it
it
might have
was.
been
We
this
talked
exact
about
conversation.
man-cad,
But this,
yeah.
yeah.
it almost would have been.
But I agree.
Can we get a
just,
side-by-side?
Go one way or the other. Either well,
And you can't, well, if
the
you
only
can't
way
do
to
it,
fix it is
just
to
say you can do it.
say you can do it. So stay the fuck in your crease.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's solved.
Yeah.
Okay, that's sports solved. What else can we solve?
Well, I just want
well-
a quick shout out. Oh, you got more cricket
I was
stuff?
just gonna move on to another sport, but no, you go.
I just wanted to shout out to Van Gisbergen, who won Bathurst, for all the people out there in the motorsport. That's his 3rd time, so he matches Dick Johnson.
The gears.
But he's off to
What Dick?
Dick Johnson.
And Johnson.
And Johnson, in the one name.
Oh, jeez.
That's a gift.
His
to
middle
all the
name's
kids
Penal
out-
Colony.
My kids love that. Oh, penal colony. Imagine if he was part of the penal colony as well.
And now he's off to the US to race NASCAR.
Do you know
next
what I
year.
liked?
So
That's
I
kinda
liked how he
boring, isn't it?
said, "For now."
yeah,
Did you see that?
I saw a video of Conrod Strait, and there was these guys they must have been filming with their phones, and they'd showing the cars going down at 300 k's an hour, and then they turned and they had the smoker going,
Yeah, that's
and the
cool.
spit going.
Now,
and
this
all
could-
the,
this could be-
beers and the thing. So good.
I don't know if you told me this, but this could just be a rumor, but I've heard that at Mount Panorama for Bathurst that they have a rule of one carton of
Oh,
beer per
Per day.
person per
Per
day,
day, yeah.
and I've heard a rumor that blokes
And that's
go
not
up,
enough.
go up onto the hill a week before they start setting the fences up and stuff, and bury cartons of beer.
Because one carton's not enough per day.
Yeah. It's actually not. It's fucking not. But they bury cartons of beer, then come in and just dig the fuckers up.
It's
Is
a
that
bucket
true?
list of mine.
To bury
Yeah,
a
I'd
carton
love
of
to
beer. Me too.
Yeah.
Actually,
Should we go do it now outside?
Benji's making all these
No,
little
Bathurst.
charades at me about something about my microphone. Let's just get it out in the open, Ben.
Yeah, just move it. It's just getting in the way of your face. Sorry.
We
I
can't have
like
that.
it.
Because you
It's
don't
in
want
the way
people
of
to
your
Can't have
think
that.
your own thing.
Yeah.
Can you get it in the way of your mammal toe?
Is that, yeah, do you want it down there?
Yeah, yeah.
That's better.
Yeah, it's just coming up here. Yeah.
Sweet.
And speaking of Ben, you went to Charlton, the Speedway.
Yeah, I did. It was great.
Yeah?
To
Yeah, 'cause
Wombi?
the Archerfield one shut down now, so
Yeah.
had to travel out there.
Have to
Good.
race up there. Great night.
How far away is that?
Just past Toowoomba.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't realise you
My
had to go all the way
old
out.
track, yeah. That's a cracker. I've heard they've done they've got corporate boxes and
It's real American now. Like they've got. It's
Is
basically
it?
a TV show. So they have ad breaks.
really,
It's commentated the whole way through,
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
and they bring up things on the big screen. They drive them up on the podium. It's pretty American.
really.
Yeah.
Ah,
It was
okay.
good.
Yeah,
But not enough of the old bombers. You know, where they just don't give a shit about their cars.
that's what I
Oh,
started
The
in.
caravan, what do they call that? The
The
Caravan
caravan
and
derby
dunny race.
The
Yeah.
They're all a
dunny,
bit
yeah.
too
demolition derby, yeah.
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 Love that.
a little bit too pro now. So
Is
they don't
it?
really like
Yeah.
him. Like they were complaining on the podium, oh, he ran into me, this kind of stuff. I'm like, this is a speedway, mate.
Yeah.
It needs to happen.
My
Yeah.
first bomber was a HR Holden,
Yeah.
and it had this weapon motor in it, and I rolled it like 4 or 5 times. I was too young to race. I wrecked it, and we kept the motor out of it, and it was, I don't know, something beast, and we put it in we ended up getting a Tirana and racing that, and yeah, we rolled it. I was in grade 11 at school, and I'm racing this HR on the Speedway. I bought it for $500. When they started it up to buy it, my jaw dropped. I went, yeah, I got to fucking have it. This is awesome. And yeah, we got it out in the track, and I think the 3rd or 4th race, I come out of the turn 2, and the right rear tyre blew, so I'm rolling down the straight, and my head's hitting. They had a plate over your head. My head's hitting it every time I rolled over, and landed on the roof. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
With the Bathurst, is this the first year that they've not been Holden badged?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that? Is all the supporters just translated, or is it like?
Everyone's
is
still
it-
wearing their Holden gear, and because when
Yeah.
I grew up, it was Holden versus Ford.
Yeah,
all the way,
yeah.
you know.
That's a big rivalry. So what's
Yeah.
happening now? Because now they got
Chev,
Chev.
Camaros.
But like,
And
is
the Mustang.
that basically all the
Mustang.
Holden guys now? Yeah, chef. I was
Yeah.
always a chef. Yeah, same thing.
Oh, I think
yeah.
they've
Yeah.
migrated, but not that willingly.
Well, Chev's General Motors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Do you remember the year
Holden's
that they
General
introduced the
Motors,
Skylines?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're a pack of assholes.
oh, Jimmy
But-
Richards. Yeah.
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 Those
I love
things-
Bathurst. It's one of those
Yeah,
things.
I
It's
do
like
too.
a test cricket.
Yeah, you can just have
Go
it on in
dub.
the background.
Yeah,
and just
all
It's
day.
also, it's also
Yeah.
like the Melbourne Cup, where it's the one event of that sport that brings everyone
Yeah,
in.
and suddenly you're
Because
an
I
expert
quite
on
like
that
the
day.
supercars. Like I like watching the Gold Coast race and all that kind of stuff. But what did you say?
I just said like suddenly everyone's an expert. on
Yeah,
that
that's
day.
right. Everyone is an expert. But it brings everyone in. But I love it. I was actually up at Port Douglas, and we were doing a drive up through the Daintree. And halfway through the day, I realised Bathurst was on. I was like, "Oh fuck!" and I made it home for the last 15 laps.
I went to the Melbourne Cup in '96 or something, and Saintly won it. I remember that, and I'd done my ass all day, and I put some money on Saintly and won. But at the end of the race day, everyone's just maggot.
Yeah.
And this guy got onto the track dressed as a jockey. and the security's chasing him. And every time they got close, he'd whip himself. It was fucking hilarious.
great.
And the crowd's just cheering him on.
Was the
was so
the
much
roar
fun.
of the hill awesome as the horses came past?
Especially the first lap, well, the first time they go.
The first time they come past, that
Yeah.
roar's meant to be.
We're on the start-finish line, so
Yeah.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
brilliant.
my brother's done it. That's on my bucket list to do that, and I'd love to do Bathurst as well.
Yeah.
The other two I had were the grand final we talked about last week, and you and I did Anzac Day
Yep.
at the G. That was
You're
awesome.
ticking them off. That's great.
Yeah, I'd really like to do Bathurst. That's
Yeah.
probably
Are we doing a
next.
Bathurst podcast? I think we are.
Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yes.
I'll bring the shovel.
Back on the horse at Bathurst.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we'll have Scoots in there going, surely one carton of beer's enough.
All right, well, let's move on to...
before
you
we
got more?
do-
Yeah, sorry.
We were talking about the wages before.
Oh,
What about Live Golf and the amount of fucking money those pricks are earning?
What's the status of that? I haven't followed that.
It finished yesterday. The first year finished yesterday. Cam Smith finished second.
Did he?
Yeah, he finished second behind
Wow.
Taylor Gooch. Gooch. Yeah, I knew that one would trigger Scoot. Yeah, it finished yesterday in a playoff in the last one, but they're earning some fucking funny money. And there's a young guy who was right on the cusp. So I think it's the top 30-ish players automatically making the cut for the next season. And he was right on the edge, and he just made it in. And I think that's got to be worth about $25-30 million for that.
Just
guy
for that?
who just because otherwise he was going into a pool of players to play off to get in, but he's now guaranteed in.
Oh.
So the amount of money that these guys are making from this tournament is just... That's why it's controversial, though, because it's Saudi money,
So
and
much
they're all
money,
saying,
yeah.
well, it's criminal money and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
the status of it is the PGA and Liv have
Had a
reached
chat.
an agreement and hashed it out, and they're gonna
So
Combine it a
PGA's
bit.
combine it a bit.
I'll let
again.
players play in each one.
Yeah,
And that.
so
Okay.
there's a lot of laws around. You have to be a winner of this tournament for within these years and to play this, otherwise you're gone. So Cam Smith's okay to play for the green jacket.
Yep.
No, not the green jacket. Sorry, the he
Oh.
won the British Open, so he was allowed to play the British Open again.
Right.
But
So
there's
the PGA basically crumbled. Like,
I think the PGA's folded and just gone, okay,
yeah,
we'll
just
take you
joking,
back. Yeah. I don't know the full details of it, but there's funny money going on in that sport as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's like podcast money for Back on the Horse. That's fantastic.
quite similar.
Thanks to all the stablemate out there for listening in.
you
If you want to
hoarding?
join up as a stablemate, where do you go?
Oh, you know the website. It's backonthehorsepodcast.com.
Yeah, but I'm too old. So, but
Yeah.
thank you everyone to listening in. All the we haven't got any more death threats, which is great.
yeah, death threat count has been down.
But
this week.
TikTok, YouTube, all those places,
Yeah.
go and check us out. But thanks everyone for listening in. We're going to move on now to I heard the other day that and this is to all our overseas listeners, that the Australian accent was voted the most attractive
Ooh.
by
Oh,
a
really?
US study.
Oh,
So
US study. Okay.
I'm going to hit you guys up, and I'm going to go to Ben first. Ben, what is your most attractive accent you think is?
Look, it's tough. Probably Irish, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out to that.
I've got a story about Irish when we're finished. Yeah, Scoot, what do you think?
I'm going to say English, but only a certain type of English. Not
Yeah.
like, hey, governor, can I shine your shoes? Nothing like that.
Yeah, a certain part of England.
They've got
Yeah.
they've
I
got
don't know
burnt
which part, but not that
and
one.
they've got burnt corn for teeth. so shout out to Arch
Look like
Barker.
look like a jack-o'-lantern.
You?
Yeah,
You're
I'm the
English.
same. Yeah, English again. Same.
No governor shine
No,
shoes.
no governor shining. But yeah. No.
Yeah, I think I'm probably the same. I did a Kentucky tour back in, oh God, whenever it was. I'd done a convention in Hawaii, then joined onto this Kentucky tour in the States. And there was two Irish girls on the bus, and I could only understand them when I was blind. Like, but they're talking to me during the day on the bus, just chatting to them.
Yeah.
Their accent was so strong,
When
and
it's
I'm like
real
going,
thick,
yeah,
it's so hard.
And then when I was pissed, I was like, it was crazy. Yeah.
Irish, Scottish, I find it so
Yeah.
Scottish is
Scottish is
hard.
real hard.
Yeah, it's not sexy though, is it?
No.
The Scottish accent.
No, it's unfirming.
You got an instant soft on.
Softening.
Softening. Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on to our what the fuck stories, and now we'll go to Ben first. You've got one. Ben, you got a what the fuck story?
Quick one, and this might be one for you, Scott, because you're involved in junior cricket a bit.
Oh yeah.
So my son's just started. We talked about him last week. He's just started playing cricket at school.
Yep.
In school sports.
Yep.
And he told me the other day he had a really good day and did well, and he hit a 12.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah, I
what the
know. I've
fuck?
heard about these. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, he said like they're essentially doubling all the scores now. So if you hit a 6, it's now 12. Is that just to make kids feel better? Is that the thing?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Have you
I
heard
think
about
I've heard because Josh plays at the same thing. I think they make the boundaries really short, and then
And they double the number.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I have to check with Josh how it works, but I thought if you actually spank it hard
Don't
Oh.
say spank it.
over the over the boundary, that's a 12. I don't know. I don't know what they're running, but it's just
We've
like
got
everyone's
centuries of history of this sport. It's a 6.
yeah.
That's
Yeah. Is that
is
just
it like the
soft-
mercy rule? Like, and sometimes in league when the score's too big, it stops at like 50-0. And then they'll keep scoring, but they won't put the score on because it's supposed to make kids feel like shit that the ones that are getting flogged.
It's like
Where's
it's
the
like,
mercy rule been in all my bloody?
Leggie didn't have it in the basketball the other night.
Oh no, I never have. I'm
When
so
you-
fucking hopeless.
When your
I
kids
can't
were
believe it.
playing sport at a real young age where they didn't keep score,
Oh, we
were
kept
you
score.
keeping score?
Yeah.
I was fucking keeping
Yeah.
score. I'd be driving home saying you lost.
Well, I started playing league when I was 6, and I had to play under 9s
Yeah.
because there was no
Yeah,
6 or 7s. And that. So we're playing full field
Yeah.
at 6 years old. Yeah. And getting belted by 9 years old. So you had to learn how to play pretty fucking quick.
Big difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't
So
double your score, did they?
no, they really do that.
Yeah, it's crazy. mate.
Wow. Okay.
Is that just generally what's happening? Like, it just makes people feel better? Like, participation type thing? And
Yeah.
like, everyone gets a medal now? For
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of Bridge to Brisbane people just walking around the city, and yeah, my kids are in the car and they go, "Oh, that guy won it. He's got the medal." I don't know. They all got a medal.
Oh dear.
You got a what the fuck, Jigs?
I got a quick one from years ago. I once rang a plumber and got his voicemail.
Yeah.
And his voicemail said, "Can't come to the phone at the moment because I'm fucking knee deep in someone else's shit."
Brilliant.
What the?
That's
That's
awesome.
fucking great.
Yeah.
So there's a quick fire one for you. I love that. It's
good.
always
You
stuck
got
with
one?
me.
Yeah. So mine was about a person who will remain nameless.
You're not going to do the thing where you say the first initial.
No, I
and
won't do it.
the
I won't actually do it.
Episode 8.
This is fine. Like this is
Growing
fine.
up.
This is fine. But they bought. Yeah, someone I know bought a bunch of. What was it? This always happens when I tell stories. I can't even remember the part of the story.
That's real professional.
Especially because I just write down like the tiniest little thing of the thing. Okay, hold on. Let me think. Okay, so yeah,
This is just called
He's
rehearsing,
okay,
being
everyone.
professional.
He's okay. He's okay.
I don't
He'll
know
get
if
there.
he is.
This is fine.
Yeah.
Can we have a break soon? So I want to get a beer and some chicken. There's some chicken inside. I got a missed call on my phone, and I think it's a chicken call. I think it's like the chicken is ready. But anyway, I'm professional, so I'm gonna we'll continue.
We'll go through the what the fuck stories.
We
and
probably
we'll
won't
have a
even cut
break.
that part out. But
So when we're sitting here giving you a fucking pacing about not being professional, you've asked for a break to
chicken
get chicken.
break. Anyway, so yeah, this person I know, because at Pet Barn, I think they have the reptile section, and they feed them like crickets and stuff like that.
Yes.
And this person I know went and bought the crickets, and then so they could set them free. So I'll have those crickets, please. And I think they
And took the
gave
lid
them to
off.
her, and then just like set them free into the world.
just to save them.
to save the crickets, and that's fine. That's good nature.
And then all these lizards come out of nowhere and like, oh, free
what a lizard's
feed.
gonna eat?
So what happened to the? So what was going to eat the crickets? The
The
lizard.
reptile. I'm gonna
So
feed
what
them to
they eat?
reptiles. They're
They're
dead, now,
dead.
I guess.
They're fucking dead.
Starving.
Dead lizards. They're fucking
This is
starving.
the trolley problem. You know the trolley problem. We could go deep on this.
Deep on this.
Yeah.
I'm actually not minding the VBs.
Yeah, I'm not
They're
either.
fucking good. Actually, okay, can you say that again on camera?
You were on camera.
Oh, good. Say that again.
Oh, so
Hey, no,
I'm
seriously.
actually not minding VBs lately.
I think it's because I'm getting older.
Oh god.
You think
How
that's
has it
what it
taken
is?
this long?
Have they changed the recipe?
I think I've actually got it on my list of my little phone list called VB Prejudice, like my list of stuff to talk about on this podcast.
It seems
that the
more
same
easy
list that,
drinking these
No,
days.
you've opened your mind because everyone like slanders VB. Oh, you know, dingo piss, or it's wallaby woo woo, or it's bloody
no one
camel
said.
cut.
That was close.
What was that? Camel what?
Camel kombucha.
Look at
Yeah,
you
I got some-
balancing that
I'm
plate
balancing my
of chicken.
There's a chicken break. We had a chicken.
We had
break.
to have
I
a
can't believe
chicken
the
break.
I
We-
can't remember what tangent we're in. So we're in the VB
You were gonna
tangent.
talk about a trolley
No,
thing.
well, we'll finish it. Yeah, I got that on my list to talk about is VB prejudice or VB bias.
Okay. Yep.
I think it's a hard done by beer. I think it's purely
I don't love it.
a stigma.
It's good. It's okay.
It is my favourite beer.
Really?
Any beer.
Right.
It is.
There you go.
Oh,
Shout out to VB.
let's not go that far.
Hit us up at backonthepodcast.com.
Carlton United Brewery.
What did you say? Back at the podcast.com. Okay, so that's why I'm
That's
doing
why I
it.
deliberately did it. That's why I deliberately did it. So I don't have to do it
Bullshit.
anymore.
What a
Yeah.
load of shit.
No, see?
So where are we going? Oh, we're talking about trolley problems. So we're talking
Trolleys,
about
yeah.
the person I know buying the crickets
Yep.
so that they wouldn't get the pet people wouldn't feed them to the reptiles, but then maybe that meant that the reptiles died because they didn't have anything to eat. So
No, that'd be fine. They'd
we
just
heard
give
about
them
the trolley
yeah.
problem where it's like it's a
What's the trolley problem?
it's like a philosophical question. Can I just put my
You can
dinner
put
down?
your chicken wherever you
I'll
want.
just put
Put
my
it back
dinner
in.
down.
Put it with the jack
I'll
around
put it
it.
down there. I'll put the dinner down. The chicken break is over, so just adjust this.
Can you
button.
just keep
everyone
the
happy?
podcast flowing
um,
as a first?
Okay, as a first priority, we will keep the podcast flowing forwards, not backwards, sideways.
Professor Scoot's back.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay,
Give me a
anyway.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so the trolley problem, it's not ancient, probably more like decades old.
Yeah.
Philosophical, it's quite different.
Wow.
Philosophical question. It's like, if there's a trolley and it's going to,
Right.
again,
Oh,
this is
I know this.
This is going to be one of those ones
I
where
know
I
this.
don't actually know the full story before
Yeah.
I start talking, so I'm going to fuck it up. But so that if a trolley, it's going to run in to a person and it's going to kill that person. Or no, it's going to run into 10 people. It's going to hit 10 people. Or you're standing there watching this happen, and there's a lever. You can change the track. Like it's like a trolley on a train track. Sort of
Oh,
thing.
not like a shopping trolley.
No, sorry. It's like a trolley on a train track. Because it should be called the train problem. But back in like in the 19th century, the trolleys were the main mode of transport in the modern time. So it's called the trolley problem.
Okay, yeah.
So
Like,
the trolley's going along the tracks, and you can see the way the track goes. It's going to kill 10 people if it keeps going that way. But you're standing there, and there's a lever you can pull to divert the track to this other track, and there's one person on that track.
yeah.
So do you pull the lever? So there's that. Like it's that whole philosophical. Should I kill this? But you've taken the action. Like it's
So
confusing.
you've deliberately killed one person
Yep.
to save 10
Is-
people's lives, but you've chosen to
You've
take
had
that
to take the
person's
action.
life. Yeah.
Do you pull the lever?
Whereas
or
you
not?
could just go, no, not my position.
Yeah, it's not my position. I just
Yeah.
let nature take its course, and that happens. So what would you do? Would you pull the lever to save the 10
Yeah, I
people?
would.
No, if they were New South Wales supporters, I'd let them go. They've got that. One Queenslander, 10 New South Wales, you're gone, you're dead.
I
Yeah.
didn't mention states.
Oh, did you? It depends who the people are.
Yeah, so then it's like, okay, well, these people are really old, and this is a baby, or like,
Yeah, it depends on all that. You got to make that split
Yeah.
second decision.
That's
I
a
always think of
weird-
it as, what could I live with myself with more? I'd pull the lever because I'd save 9 lives.
Then there's the other variation of it, which is, so that's, I think, testing if you are willing to, the hard part to get your head around is, yes, if you had to choose one, just say the trolley wasn't already on its path, just say it was going and you had to choose left or right,
Yep.
you would choose right, where it only hurts the one person.
And you don't know anything about these, like you don't know what team they support.
You don't know you don't know
They could be a Carlton
they don't know
supporter,
who's
could
done
be
a knock
anything,
on in the grand final, like Ben Hunt.
One of them's Ben
Not
Hunt.
one of them's Ben Hunt, no. Like,
No.
Sorry, mate.
Oh,
I hope
he's
you're
a
not listening
great
to this.
player,
He's a
Ben.
stablemate.
He's a good lad.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Benny
that.
H.
Yeah, shout out to Benny. B Hunt.
Yeah, Ben H.
All right,
That
have
never
you-
gets old. Okay, so yeah, that's really testing. Like if you had to choose a way, you would choose the 1 over the 10. But then they add in the thing which is, okay, you have it's gonna hit the 10 unless you pull the lever.
You're just not involved.
So then that tests that. But then there's the other variation, which is, okay, you're standing on an overpass, and the trolley's
Right.
going to hit 10 people.
Right.
You can stop it, but it's not a lever. You actually have to there's a big guy up there standing on the edge of the overpass. You have
Right.
to push him off the overpass so he blocks the track, and then his big body stops.
So
the
you're
thing.
committing murder to save lives.
You're no longer
You're not
just
just pulling a lever.
pulling a lever. You're actually pushing someone off.
Can
the
I ask
thing.
you one question about this? Where the fuck did it come from? Like,
I think we're talking about the lizards at Pet Barn.
yeah, exactly. Like, where's the connection?
Well,
So-
you're making the choice. Do you save the lizards by
So
save
how many
the crickets?
crickets? How many crickets do you save? But you're killing 2 lizards
The-
because they got nothing to
by
eat.
They've got-
rescuing those crickets, you're possibly harming some lizards.
What did those
but
lizards
you're not,
eat?
because they've got
They got more crickets.
the lizards. Yeah, they just get another box.
We've got an infinite supply of crickets.
Yeah, and the ones that got released go out and bang each other,
And
and they
make more
create more
crickets.
crickets that
They're a
get
problem.
caught and fill the.
Are
Yeah,
you
they're a
basically
massive
saying that
problem.
about humans? So just let them die because there'll be more humans who'll just go bang each other and create more humans.
That's how the world got populated.
I guess it did.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You're the one who's taking life off the pedestal lately. You should be supportive of this.
yeah, I'm. Supportive.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No, just chit chat.
Okay, no, it's good. No,
That's what this thing is. Like, it's just fill bloody hour and a half of talking. I'm just trying my best. Okay.
Yeah, by taking up an hour and 15 of it.
Someone's driving along in their car right now thinking, I've chosen this podcast. And then the person on it has just said, I'm just trying to fill a fucking hour and a half of talking.
Well, I've got a what the fuck story. I think I've told you guys before. I think it happened to me last year. I was sore. I went for a massage.
Where's this going?
Wasn't in Thailand. I wasn't playing ping pong. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I got on the. She gave me. I wanted the, what do you call it, reflexology on your feet first, and she had this wooden instrument, and she's like getting in it like really hard, and it was starting to hurt. And I was at that point of going, oh, do I say something? Are you right?
I'm dropping my chicken. Sorry.
Also, I'm just trying to work out why
I'm
isn't he
listening.
eating that with a knife and fork?
I'm listening.
You're not. Anyway,
I am.
Yeah. And it was getting to the point of going, do you say something, or is this how it's supposed to actually be? Like, because it was starting to really hurt. She had the point on my foot, and she's just rubbing it consistently, rubbing it. Like, I'm not saying that. And it was like both
And it
feet
went off.
starting to hurt. Yeah. My toe just went. Anyway, I get into the room, and I'm down on my jocks, right? She lays me down on the bed, right? So this is my head. This is my head. I'm laying on my stomach, right? And this is my freckle. That's my freckle,
Yep.
right?
Actually,
So
what's
the
that rim
fish,
there?
the fishy bee's your head. The thing
That's
with the
the
rim
rim.
is your freckle.
And this is it.
Yes.
And Scoot's staring down the
That's why
barrel
you
of
say
your freckle.
BB tastes like shit. 'Cause it comes out of your...
For the audio medium, this ain't great.
I'm not going to tell you what the jack is, so that you can think of that for yourself.
Oh shit!
Anyway, she fucking climbed up on top of me
Yeah. Using gravity.
this way.
Oh, was this? Yeah.
and so I called her the spider lady. She climbed up over my head onto the bench. She put her head.
Can I drink my beer yet? Or-
Yeah.
the rim.
She put her head over my ass with her knees on my back.
Yeah.
Her head was down here. She was holding
Have a
my.
sniff or no?
Oh, I think I had the towel over me. Just my
Yeah, it's unpenetrable,
jocks.
that towel. The smells cannot get through it.
Thank God. No. And she's put her hands on my calves and her feet are on my shoulders here, and she starts patting
Yeah.
her feet on my shoulders
Yeah, that's the thing.
and rubbing my...
bit rough.
While her nose is right above my freckle.
And you're
Dude,
holding,
just
you're clenching with everything you've got to
I'm
not.
thinking, what the fuck
Release
is this?
Imagine if you let one go.
And I'm thinking, this is a piss take. Surely this has got to be...
You thought me and
Have a camera. Yeah, this is
Set up
on.
by
You
us.
thought this was like that TV you won. Me and Scoot had organised
It's
this.
organised. Someone had got me. But I went, what the fuck? And I didn't know, do you say anything? Would you on that?
What were you
It'd
gonna
be
say?
interesting to see how far
Yeah.
she could go with
Yeah.
just before you would say something.
That's what I thought was a
Like-
piss take. Because I'm
Yeah,
going...
she's like hitting you
Like
with
she
wooden
just gets
spoons.
she gets a spoon out and
Yeah.
starts like putting it in your like,
in your freckle.
and just like scooping. Yeah, eating.
Oh my God.
You've taken that way too
How
far.
much would it take for you to say to risk that social awkwardness of saying, "Please don't scoop my crap out
What
of
were
my
you gonna?
ass
What were you
and
gonna
eat
say?
it?"
What were you gonna say? Is this real?
That's what I didn't know, because it's like this
Am I on a game show?
special Chinese massage. And I'm thinking, well, maybe this is what they do. But I was feeling really
Yeah.
fucking awkward. And I'm
Yeah.
going, do you say anything? Do you
Yeah.
not? Do you...
It's
what do you
exactly
do?
like the time, when I think we told this story before, where that girl was trying to cheers me, and I thought she was giving me the beer. Like, she held the beer
No,
out
you
to
haven't
cheers
talked
me,
about this. I've heard
and I just grabbed it because I just done something to help her or something, and she like held her her drink out to me, and I just, because she was a bit younger, I was in this environment where I was a bit fish out of water, duck out of pond, I don't know, whatever it is.
Fish out of water.
I was like, maybe this is what the young people are doing. They give you their drink to say thank you. So I just like grabbed the drink at the same time as she was holding it. And it was just like that. Like it was like it was the longest 4 seconds of my life. That tussle. Like I was just trying to take it, but she wouldn't let go of it. And I was
And
like,
didn't she
what?
just say, "I'm cheersing you"?
Yeah, no, that's just like, it was like the massage thing. It was like, I didn't know what to, I had to say something to clarify what's happening. I just ended up saying, "What are you doing?" And then, like a fucking idiot, she just says to me, "I'm trying to cheers you." And because I had my drink in my other hand.
You're a fucking.
It was like that. That tussle. That tussle would not have ended if I didn't say something.
So you're going to go double fisted.
Oh,
Oh,
Now, I was there for this event. Yeah, it was fucking weird.
it was weird.
yeah.
Yeah. But,
That's
But yeah, I like that with massages too, because I'm torn when I get a massage between, I want you to fix the tension in my back and shoulders and stuff, but I also just want to feel like a good massage.
Yeah, relax as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, where's the point where you got to say something? And
I know, like I will not say anything, but
I don't either,
I'll just
because I don't want to offend them.
I had one.
It's amazing how strong they are. I had a massage in Thailand on my honeymoon at the resort, and she was tiny, like she was 4 foot nothing, and she goes, "Do you want hard pressure on me?" I'm like, look, I'm a big unit. Just give me what you got.
Yeah.
She beat the living fuck out of me. She was so strong. I've never her fingers were so strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I walked out of there feeling like
Yeah.
I've been beaten with a bag of donuts.
Well, I had the cupping done once.
I've never
Not,
had that
not
before.
your cupping.
Not the teabag cupping.
No,
No,
not the cupping
well,
you did at the
well, they
start
heat
of the
'em up.
episode.
Oh yeah.
And it sucks your skin up. And you know, see the footy players and all that. Sometimes they got
Yeah.
the bruise thing.
Seen
Is that
yeah.
And it was fucking burning me. And I'm thinking, I'd never had it done before.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, should I say something? Because it was fucking burning
So it's
the
not
shit
meant
out
to
of me.
feel good, but it's obviously to fix the problem that you've got.
Well, I think she fucked up because
Oh, good.
the next day, a hole where she put them on my back were all blisters.
Oh.
Like burnt blisters.
That shouldn't be.
And when it was happening, because they light it up and then she left the room and I'm going, holy fuck, this is really burning. And I'm thinking, well, maybe that's what I'm supposed to do.
Is it good? It's pretty cool. When we were up at Port Douglas, there's dudes walking around and they've just got the cut marks all over them, footy blokes and stuff.
I didn't notice any difference. Same as acupuncture I've had, didn't notice any difference.
But does it
so,
feel good?
yeah.
The cupping, because a massage, like you said, you want it to feel good
Yeah.
and fix your shit.
Yeah.
Does it feel good or not?
Oh,
It's not meant to.
no, that's what I'm saying. It was
Yeah.
burning. And I'm
Yeah.
like going, oh, maybe it's supposed to do this.
Yeah.
Do I say anything? I'm like, fucking on fire.
Yeah, I probably would have said.
But I didn't
"Is it
say
meant-
anything."
Is it meant to burn?
It's amazing the amount that you'll go through of pain or discomfort to not be socially awkward. Like,
Yeah.
I had the receptionist at the massage place come up to me and say, "Are you okay?" Like, because obviously I was like, this guy was absolutely hammering us, and I was just trying to take it, and she said, "Are you okay? Is it too hard?" And that was my chance to say, "Oh yeah, a bit soft," but no, I was like, "No, it's fine."
It's fine. You need another massage to get over the massage you just had.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I don't say anything either. Yeah, maybe we should. Yeah.
Yeah. Social.
Oh, I'm exhausted. That was
Well,
wild.
let's do the quiz.
That was. Oh, is there a quiz?
There's another quiz.
What's the topic?
So the score is 2 to you, 1 to Benji, 1 to you,
What's the
Scoot.
two that I won? I won the sport one.
Sport and
Some other bull crap like.
Who died?
Oh,
yeah,
Live or Gone,
Live
Max
or Gone.
Gone.
Yeah,
Saddest.
Max Gone.
All right, this one is Who Am I?
Oh, okay.
All right. Name is your buzzer.
So, Scoot. Jigs.
Ben.
I've got an actual question.
Oh, not like a Scoot.
With Who Am I on the old Sale of the Century days,
Glenn
once you...
Tony
So
Barber.
Tony Barber,
obviously, the questions make it more obvious as it goes longer and longer.
Yes.
Once you have a crack, you're gone.
You're
and
out.
The other two are still in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you lose a point then? if
You
you're
do lose a
gone?
point, yes.
Okay,
And-
and you're out.
For that round.
For that one, and the other two keep
Yes.
going. Okay.
And once again, I'll make the fucking rules up as we go because
Yep.
I've never done
I
this
feel like
before.
that was a legit question. Whereas
That is very good, yeah.
Scott's just
Oh
a
yeah,
fuckwit.
no, Scoot
Yeah,
stuff's
no-
crap. Everyone else is fine. Like, it's all good. Anytime, yeah.
All right, this is quite hard to read with the lights in my face, but I'm used to it. You ready?
Yes.
All right.
What's my buzzer again? My name.
You can
I reckon.
make whatever you want.
Maybe sit this one out.
If you don't even know who am I when it's you,
All right. I was born in Middlesex. I just want to say that word. In May 1926.
1926.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's old.
I had an older brother called Richard, who was an actor, and a younger brother, John, who was an executive for Alfa Romeo.
oh, that clears it up.
I am considered a national treasure in Britain, although I don't personally like this term. I spent my childhood collecting fossils, stones, and other natural specimens. During World War II, my parents fostered...
Ben. David Attenborough.
Yeah!
Oh!
Very well
That's-
done.
It's just a game, Ben.
Again, that I'm clearly winning.
Is he 97?
Was it the Alfa Romeo thing that gave it away?
No, definitely not.
The specimens and...
Yeah, the
Did you say
Richard
19?
gave it away. The brother
The-
Richard.
Yeah, his brother was in Jurassic Park.
Did
That's
you say
him.
19?
The old guy with the cane and the mosquito
Okay.
in the thing. That's
Did you
his
say
brother.
1926?
And he's still
I
kicking.
did.
Yeah, he's 90 something.
Yeah.
Well
Great
done.
guy. He's one of my heroes. I
Well
love
done, Benji.
David Attenborough. Sir David Attenborough,
He's
sorry.
good.
Yes,
So,
sir.
yeah. All right.
Bit of
Do you think he
respect.
gets called David a
Controversial
lot?
views.
What's that?
Do you reckon he gets called Dave a lot?
Dave?
Probably not.
no, not in Britain.
How
All
many
right,
of
this
these
one.
have you
He's a
got?
bit of a life on a pedestal guy as well.
He puts life on a pedestal.
No, takes it off the pedestal. Like his.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I love him. I reckon
No, he's a good guy.
Yeah. One of my childhood was... Oh, Sir David's on. Let's watch.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
I can't see the actual words, but you appear to have used a different font for each piece of paper here.
But I haven't.
So
I haven't looked
quite
at the
a-
answers.
That's
I haven't
quite a
looked at the
light
answers.
font, and that's quite a bold font.
You know what's
that looks
cool?
like all caps.
I could teach you this on the computer with Microsoft Word, copy and paste. I could show you that.
But why have you used a different font?
I don't know. That's what it was on the bloody...
Oh, you've copied off the interweb.
Yeah, that thing.
Okay.
All right. One, zip. I was born 8th of October 1939 in Parramatta.
Huh.
In 1985, I appeared as an Australian World War I digger named Pat Cleary in the miniseries Anzacs. In the 70s, I advertised Winfield cigarettes in television, print and billboard advertisements in which I wore a formal dinner suit. I won a TV Week Logie Award for Best New Talent in 1975. I was divorced from my first wife for the second time in 1986, then married a co-star in 1990 who had a great ass, which was shown on this
Jigs. Is it Graham Kennedy?
No. You're out. Who had a great ass, which was shown on this world-famous movie I starred in with her. I was accused of...
Paul Hogan.
Yeah.
God.
As soon as
Well
you said
done.
the great
Great
ass.
ass.
Yeah, as soon as you said great ass, I knew it was Paul Hogan.
Isn't that a great shot in that movie? And the crocodile gets the...
Yeah, and she's wearing that like one piece.
Didn't you answer after he said great ass and got it wrong?
No, it was before great ass, fuckhead.
No, then he repeated it after you answered.
I think I said it
I was
twice.
thinking, no,
We can rewind it.
you can't.
All right, I recommend... This is the last one. Ben can't lose, so...
Yeah.
This is the last one, but I recommend listening to all the clues
Wanna make
before
it-
you jump in.
Triple points this way?
Yeah, have a showdown.
So that,
Just
that
suggesting.
just means who gets this wins.
Last goal win.
No, I'll give...
I yelled that
If
out.
one of you get it, Ben still gets the win, so it'll be 2-1. But if you get this right, it'll be 2 all around the traps. How's that?
I don't quite understand, but yes.
Oh, you'll get it. All right. But I recommend to listening to
fuck was
all
that?
all the clues
Okay.
before you jump in.
But recommend, but we're still allowed to flaunt that? Or
No, I wouldn't.
you just want to be funny? Is
Yeah,
that what
that's
that is? Okay. All right.
Don't cut off all your jokes.
I've seen straight through that shit.
Next time, put your jokes at the start of the thing.
No,
How do we know when it's nearly done? Because
No, I was born in Brisbane 1982 and grew up in Moggle and surrounds.
fuck no. Well, we're down to 2 of us.
I studied at Kenmore High School, and after school I would have long showers after every episode of The Golden Girls.
Are we done?
We're done.
Okay, so Ben wins.
Yes, it is you. All right, now I had a back on the horse conundrum.
BOTHC.
Conundrum, yes, and head to the website Back on the Horse Podcast just for you.
.com.
Yeah,
Get it right.
yeah. What would you do if you had 24 hours to live?
Oh, sleep.
It's just like
Get the best sleep of your life.
I don't
You're
know
about
if
to have
you'd be able to. Yeah, you're about to have a fucking great sleep.
What would you do?
Oh, shit.
Free reign, like anything. Anything you want to do.
Obviously, there's the dirty stuff. Are we going to talk about that? Like,
Oh,
there's
if you
a fair
wanna
bit of
talk
dirty
about
shit
it.
I do.
Yeah?
I mean, I'll try and get that out of it. Let me have a think. Oh, no, you've dropped
You'd probably
it on
have to set up your affairs, wouldn't you? Just so at least when they talk about
Yeah,
you later, he's like, yeah, he had everything organised. I knew where the wheel was. I
Yeah.
knew where...
So what's it going to take? 3-4 hours, that
me.
will?
Bit of logistics.
Yeah.
Run your family through making sure your kids are all right, all that shit. I reckon I'd spend it at the beach.
You
I
reckon?
reckon with the kids, take the kids down
Zinger
the
box
beach.
at the beach.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping for.
I knew-
That's what I was hoping for.
I knew-
Yes.
I knew.
it. KFC.
As soon as he said it, I knew you would go to food. I knew you would go to food.
Oh, that's what I was hoping for. And if we can finish that subject now, that's all I want to
Oh,
be.
is
No.
that it?
Ben, have you got anything you do?
No, that's a tough one.
20, yeah.
I reckon beach.
I reckon you have to try and make things right with the world.
Or
Before
you
you
go the
go?
opposite.
Oh, yeah.
You just go and like do...
Just
Just
deviate.
kick some
kind
elderly
of.
people.
Just go and tell everyone what you think.
What'd you say? Kick some Collingwood people.
Elderly people.
Oh,
They've had it too
crack
good
at
for
me.
too long. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I reckon I'd spend it at the beach with the kids, and like the beach feels calming. I'm about to fucking croak. I'm gonna be stressed about that shit. I'm an
Kunis?
anxiety freak. Oh, well, she's out of my reach now. Fucking, I'm like, she's more than an hour flight away.
And who we got?
Yeah, I'm not fucking finding her.
Yeah, it's a tough one, eh? I think it's all family stuff. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, getting all your...
Yeah, say goodbye
Things
to
in order.
those you need to. Get your affairs in order. Have a Zinger box.
That's all I want to
But
do.
imagine if they stuffed
brilliant.
it. You know how they stuff. Like, you got home, like, you timed your run on the 23rd hour. You went through the drive-through. and
Can you please park?
and you make the rookie error like you've never done it before. Of not checking the bag before you drive off for that drive-through. You get home.
Would you go
and
back
you
through?
do your deathbed, and then you open it, and they've just.
You know what the worst thing would be? No salt in the chips.
Imagine if you've got fucking 24 hours to live and you're at the second window and they say, "Would you mind parking?" For me?"
It's got to
You'd
be
be
an hour
like, "Hey,
wait.
fuckhead!" Oh, that's fucking good.
That when I was thinking about that, I went, "Oh, he's gonna say." I hope he says KFC.
Actually, you thought
That's what that's all I could think about.
Oh, so funny. I knew we would go to food.
Oh, all right. Our next thing is better than Branson. I've been talking too much, so our better than Branson business ideas. Have you got your harp there? The harp.
where is it? Just hold the hoe. Is that it? No, that's a bloody white door duster.
Just do it with your mouth. I don't think that was it. Or was that what you were trying to do? Is that what you were trying to
That's what
actually
I've been
do?
trying to do this whole time.
I didn't actually
You've
know
added in
that.
like 18 extra notes.
I didn't know that that's what you
Oh.
were trying to do.
That's true.
Wow,
is
that's
it? Is
hilarious.
it Benji? Is it there near that power board, or is that
This is
that
fucking
actually a
professional.
power board?
This is great.
That's the power board.
Okay. Well, yeah. Anyway.
Anyway,
It's in a case.
better than Branson business ideas.
Or you got one?
Oh, I'll go. Mine's. I had a little think about this. the other day.
Wait. To our stablemates out there, if you don't hear this, it'll go on the
Yeah.
After Dark
Yeah,
episode.
this might get cut.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to talk about it in a way where it won't get cut.
Okay.
So we all know about ChatGPT. It's changed the world.
Chat Gupita.
ChatGPT. Leggie, just so you know, because you can't even pronounce a fucking web address, it's AI.
It's all set
It's
up.
artificial intelligence.
I know, yeah.
Which you can say, hey, ChatGPT, write me this in the style of this, and it'll spit the shit out. Now, this might already exist, and I'm pretty keen to move on quickly if it does. Like, one of you needs to own up if you know that it does, and I haven't researched if it does. But is there, / would it be beneficial at this point for a similar AI program to exist for the porn industry for single blokes or women who have nobody to sext and text
Or just an
and
AI
stuff.
sex bot.
So just an AI sex bot
Sext.
where I can
Sext
say, hey, what are you
bot.
doing? Oh, I'm at home. What are you doing?
Okay, my
Oh,
question-
yeah, I'm doing this. Oh, yeah. Oh, what are you doing? Put your hands here. Oh, a bit of that shit.
What are you
Now,
wearing?
does that exist / should that exist?
100% exists.
Oh, okay.
Oh, does it?
But
I had a
I think
feeling it would. I
the
just didn't
add-on
wanna
that you could
Google it.
make to this,
Yeah.
because it does exist probably.
Yeah, Apple banned it. It was available.
Oh, that's
on
right. I heard
iOS.
about that. Yeah, they,
Yeah.
But-
well, the reason I
wow.
thought about it is you can't say a rude word on ChatGPT. I get it, but so because I was thinking it'd be funny if I talk dirty to this thing.
I talk really politely to ChatGPT.
Did you say thank you?
I
I've said thank you.
I
to
say, hey, if
ChatGPT.
it's not too much trouble if you're not doing anything, I just got a bit of a question about some plasterboarding. You know, I'm not very good at it, and I've tried, and I really want to impress my wife.
I
with
feel like
this.
you might be the authority on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, anyway.
yeah. I respect you.
Yeah.
Don't say wife. You said wife.
Oh, wife.
Oh yeah, don't say wife. Yeah, you want to
oh,
appear
I shouldn't
single.
say that either. Otherwise, I will have an extra.
Don't worry, no one's turned on by you.
Yeah. Look, in the off
wow.
chance, like, yeah. So I think the way that works, the AI sext bot, sext with a T, like
Yep.
texting,
Yep.
because obviously it sounds like that exists already.
Well, Ben's
But-
pretty confident.
But
We're all
he's
questioning
very
Ben.
confident over there. But I think the way to enhance that would to be to, you know, like my other business idea, which is like bad news,
Yep.
but it turns out to be all right.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
you sign up for the subscription
Just
service.
joking, your
and-
car's not.
yeah,
gonna cost
randomly
10
you get a
grand,
call
yeah.
saying, well, you know, someone's been in an accident. Oh, sorry, no, you're not Tim Johnson, you're Tim Sconson. Yeah, oh, you're all good. Yeah, your family's fine. Yeah, so it's like that sinking feeling and then
Yeah.
that relief.
Yes.
So it could be like this: if you could sign your mate up, or you could somehow sign yourself
Oh,
up and
that's a
forget
good idea.
to the AI
Yep.
sex bot.
So
and
they think they're texting.
they
a
think
real
that it's a
person.
real person.
Yeah.
That's
into 'em.
catfishing, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah,
What's
you can't catfishing.
What's that?
The
Where you
people
make a
pretending
fake
to be.
account.
Yeah.
We did it to somebody once.
What?
I'm not going to say who, but remember you and
Oh,
I did
yes.
it to someone.
Yeah, it was a bit
once
of
where
different.
we-
I guess that
yeah,
was that.
That
Yeah.
wasn't. It wasn't good.
Wow.
We pretended to be a young lady.
Oh, did you really?
Oh yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't good. Yeah, that's a good idea. Where
Yeah.
you sign a mate up who's lonely, and
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Anyway,
what's the end game there, though?
I think ejaculation. And that's
Long
gonna get
showers
me.
after the Golden Girls.
Surely that's going to get me.
No, I think that's fine. That's a medical term. That's fine.
Anyway, Benji, you got one?
Yeah, I've got one. It's maybe a tad controversial. So if we don't hear
Oh,
it,
because
once
mine
again,
wasn't.
so-
I
Okay,
said-
once again, if
just
you
so
don't
you know,
hear this,
Ben, I just said ejaculation.
it'll be
no,
in the
this is quite bad.
after dark
Okay.
podcast.
We
So.
had a little moment during the week. My son again comes up again in the podcast. He was being a shithead and complaining about helping out around the house, that kind of stuff. And I said, load the dishwasher, and he was whinging stuff like
Oh,
that.
why do they do that?
I know,
Especially the
It's
dishwasher.
that's a dishwasher. It's an automatic washing
You load
machine.
the
All you
washing
need to do is
robot.
put the
Yeah.
stuff in it.
Yeah, no, well, my kid, all I want him to do is unpack the fucking thing, and I could ask him to do anything and he'll do it. Unpack the dishwasher. Oh,
yeah.
it takes 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Takes them 2 hours.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
Anyway, so he was complaining about that, and I said, mate, look, we had a few words, and he goes like, it's like going to a restaurant and they ask you to wash your dishes. And my wife and I were both like,
And you're like, so you're.
I said, it's not a fucking restaurant. Yeah, and like that was really, and I said to my wife, like if that was me back in the day, my mum would have just clapped me around the ears.
Yeah.
So that's my business idea. Can we hire someone from another generation to come in and dust at my kid when they be like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like we
Outsource
can't do it
that.
now because
Yeah.
it's so.
And you can act all disgusted.
Oh, yeah,
It's like,
totally, yeah.
Stop.
like hire a grandma, come in and hit him with a shoe or some shit. It'd be awesome.
Why they're all looking at me?
I was actually thinking I was actually thinking.
Hello.
Sometimes when my kids have been at their worst, I've said, "Oh, if Uncle Leggie was here, he would have stayed with you."
That old.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but we can't do it now.
No.
But that,
Yeah.
they get a lot of
can we? Oh.
leave passes from on racism, smoking cigarettes, all that stuff they're allowed to get away with.
Yeah.
Bring them in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Stealing batteries.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, right.
You got
I
one,
like
Scoot?
it.
Yeah, I have one.
Oh, shit.
And you're going to like it. Like,
Oh, good.
it's food related, obviously.
Oh, okay.
But,
there you go.
okay, I'm just going to say two words.
Can't believe you went
I'm gonna say two
over
words
24 hours.
and just figure out what it is. Yes, the audio's still working. It's just pausing for effect. Wish chips.
Wish chips. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Wish.
So have you heard of wish chips? You call them wish chips. You know when you get the chip that's
Oh.
folded over, the
Oh,
folded over chips, and
Like
how
a
much
wish-
better they are?
Oh,
It's like, because it's the density of it.
Oh, it's
or
like the
something.
texture. I don't know.
I
Something.
love like
The folded
potato
over
chips
chips.
that are
folded
folded
over.
in half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
great.
objectively better. Everyone, do you agree, Leggie? If we got 4 out of 4 here?
Oh,
Four-
yeah,
four out of
yeah,
four,
I'm
four
with
out
you,
of four,
yeah,
we
yeah.
got 4 out of 4. So we got 4 out of 4
back you
agreeing
up, yep.
that a folded potato chip, and yeah, if you're in England, it's a crisp. Oh, that's a Kiwi accent.
So you're saying make a bag of those?
I'm saying just come out with a brand called Wish Chips, and they're all just folded chips.
Patented by Back on the Horse podcast.
Yeah,
this is a great
Yeah.
idea.
No, quick,
Wish chips
register
is-
that on. Quick, patent. that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wish
Ben,
Chips.
Ben, cut this. It's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
That's a
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good
well
idea.
done.
They're so much better. The only thing that I've got in my mind that may bring it
don't ruin
undone
Oh, here we go.
is maybe it's actually better if it's not 100% wish chip ratio.
Yeah.
So we can still call it wish chips.
because you get the old one.
But well, it's the wish chips are only good compared to the other shitty chips.
Yeah.
So what's the right proportion of wish chips? Is it like a 70%? Is that too much? It's like when I got into collecting soccer cards, and I was the only guy collecting soccer cards. Everyone was doing basketball cards,
Yeah.
and I would get the.
How much are they worth now?
Oh, yeah.
Because I got a basketball card collection that's worth quite a bit.
And then I realised, and I would buy the individual packs of soccer cards and collect. And
Who
yeah,
was
got
your
a
best
good
one?
It was Mickey Mantle, which is a baseball player.
He's
Like-
a baseball player. I was going to say, you've got a shit soccer
I
collection.
don't know. They ran out of ideas.
The balls are different sizes.
What do
yeah.
you mean?
I don't know. It's
So
a
it was a
Mickey
baseball
Mantle
card.
special card. Oh, maybe you like soccer.
So it was
I
a
don't know.
baseball card.
It was a soccer card.
Why was Mickey Mantle?
I
on
don't
it?
know. But I reckon it's worth something. It was meant to be worth something in the little almanac thing I had. But
It's
Where are we going with this one? How many tangents deep? Okay. Anyway, so no, it's like I bought the soccer cards. I'd buy a pack of soccer cards,
Right.
and it would be really exciting opening the soccer cards.
Right.
Like, because there'd be, I don't know, 6 cards in the pack,
Right.
plus maybe a thing of gum or something like that. And then so exciting. Which one? Yes. Oh no. Oh. And then I'd saved up a bit of money, and I thought I'm just going to buy a whole box of packets of soccer cards. So it was like 100 packets of soccer cards in one box, and I just binge it. And I realized it wasn't anywhere near as good. Like, it was just a bunch of cardboard.
Too many.
It was too many for me to experience in one go. And that's why I wonder about the wish chips.
Yeah.
Is because we're finding them in the wild, like it's an accident.
Yeah.
How did it happen? That's great.
It's kind of like the best burger thing. You got to be in the moment. It's like when you find like a cheese and bacon ball that's just cheese. Yeah, but it's
just that.
And you're like, yes, it's a treasure. It's a gem. It's a gift.
It snuck through somehow.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it makes your day.
There is a percentage of wish chips, which is the right percentage. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
What is it about it? Is it
Texture? I think texture is
the like you crunch through it
the
and then
double
you crunch again?
Yeah, the crunch and crunch again. It's like that. Cry again.
It's like first you cry and then you cry again. Is that a Seinfeld reference?
Seinfeld,
That's a deep cut.
Oh wow.
I got it.
Wish chips. I think it's still got legs.
I think the name's great, very catchy, and I think you got legs. Got legs.
Get some balls and go and do it.
Here's another idea. While we're on this topic,
Here we go.
I got one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, give us a scoot break. You go first, Ben.
Yeah, give
It's,
us.
We all need
it's
a
snack
scoop.
related.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
Yeah. So what about? There's a whole bunch of different snacks around the world that are great, like American chips, Japanese chips. What if there's a sushi train restaurant that just served snacks?
snack train. Yeah,
Snack train. You just go there, you drink beer,
Train.
and it just
Drink
comes
beer.
around
What
little
kind of
boxes
snack?
like this.
So
And
what
just
kind of
awesome
snacks are we
snacks.
Oh, just like weird American
talking? Yeah.
ones.
Vegetable spring rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And then there's just some cheesels.
Yeah, just regular cheesels. So have Aussie and then the
Camembert.
British crisps come out.
Camembert with quince paste.
Yeah, that's it. You can get as fancy as
What
you
about
want.
a hot box day and have lasagna toppers and
Oh yeah, but little segments. Oh, okay. I got another idea.
Hey,
That's
a
a
hot
great
box
idea.
train.
Okay.
Is that what you're talking about?
Well,
the what?
You're talking about like Bain Marie train, like servo trains.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, the cheese and bacon sausage.
Yeah,
You
just
know-
a dim
crumb.
sim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
comes
you know what
on,
it
yeah.
makes me think of?
Spring roll.
Yeah.
This is another thing that it makes me think of, similar to the snack train. You know what could be snack train? Is they got a
I got it.
what is it?
Oh, fucking God.
What have you said?
Oh, I got it with the wedge.
Oh, you prick. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, you two carry on.
I didn't hear
You guys
that.
are going to have to carry the podcast.
So can we get
shit.
that stock market update? I think the Nasdaq is up 12 points
Definitely.
overnight.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I didn't hear that.
No,
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
repeating.
Not repeating it.
Wow.
I'll have to
You'll have to
rewind.
listen. You'll have to listen
Oh,
back
so
to
what's
episode
your...
8.
Um,
Oh shit!
okay.
Can you just talk?
All right. Okay. So I'll carry
First
this
time
thing.
I've ever wanted you
Yeah.
to talk. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm not...
I can't believe this is the pillow I've been assigned.
It's all it has jokes that no one else.
It's one of the neighbours smoking pot, and it's just wafted in here or something.
Oh, the edibles. Oh, wow.
Oh, that was
All
funny.
right, we good?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I think I got it. You know how when you get in this state
Yes.
where you cry with
I
laughter
know.
and you think you
It's
got
great.
a hold of it, but then it comes
Yeah,
back
I
and you
know.
just lose
I
it
know.
again.
Oh dear, our leggy.
It's been a long day.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
It wasn't even,
fuck me.
it wasn't even that fucking funny.
That's how you said it. Your W's way better than mine.
It was a W.
Is this the vegetable?
But savoury sushi tray.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear,
This is
oh,
the
dear.
best medicine. Oh, thank you.
I don't think I
Thank
can
you.
go on. Oh,
You want to have a break?
oh, fuck. All right, I'm good. I'm good. All right, just go tell us your business
groin.
idea. I'm
Oh,
all
wow.
ears. You've got 100% of my attention. Oh, shit. Oh.
Stop it. Oh, man.
All right, away you go.
All
Scott.
right.
Just talk.
Okay,
Just
so
talk.
carrying on from the snack buffet.
Yep.
Talk to Ben.
There is
and
a-
we'll be here.
There is a place that has the potential to be like that. Have you ever been to? Have you ever been to like the Eat Street markets or
Yeah.
something like that?
Yep.
So
I was thinking this before.
Oh, yeah.
My least favorite thing about East Street markets is you pick one fucking
exactly,
thing.
you got to commit to something.
Yeah, you got to commit to something. I would rather they have tasters
Exactly.
of everything.
Exactly. Here's what
That's
you
it.
do: you buy a bunch of tokens or tickets on the way in,
Yep.
and then each ticket's worth like $3, $5, whatever.
Yep.
And you go have a little sample of that.
All
little
the
sample of
vendors
that.
have sample
Sample,
size
sample.
shit.
Now the only thing, so I'm in my head
I
thinking.
bet you are.
Like
That's your
this
worst
is
nightmare.
like this is so dumb that they're not doing this. Why they're not doing this? I need to tell them that they should be doing it.
Do you
and-
tell them?
I didn't.
bet
but,
you tell
but
them.
then I thought, no. Maybe they are smarter than we give them credit for. Maybe it's about the repeat business.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, if we do that,
Yeah.
like
you come
let's make
once.
them commit to one thing and then want to come back another
Yeah.
time
Yeah,
to try the
that's
other
true.
thing.
Yeah, they've got
Maybe.
you. How many times you been to East Street though?
I think once. And then I came back angry. I was like, why can't I choose it? Yeah. Yeah. Then my other thing, other business idea. Let's sneak one more in or not?
Yeah, fucking oath. Leggie needs a moment.
Yeah.
I
So-
think I've recovered, but Leggie's just over there, just
Yeah.
not willing to exhale.
I've had 2 hours sleep. I've been on a crowbar and jackhammer
Don't
all
you
day.
think though, if you were at Eat Street markets and you could have like just a bit of salmon, you could have a bit of steak, and then you could have maybe a vegetable something as well, and then
No, don't go again. But like you might want to try Turkish. Oh, but look, there's Polish. But, look, I
Yeah.
can try that.
yeah, you got to come back. Anyway, the other business idea is so wish chip. That wish chips idea, for example,
Yeah,
or the
Very
Eat Street thing, like where you sample thing. I'm never going to do that. I don't have.
that wish. That's an actual W.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for all
It's not-
stablemates
it's not
out there
Vish. Not Vish,
who are
yes.
trying to jump on board with that, Ben's just painted, so get stuffed. You can't take it. It's ours.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that wish chips, we don't have the resources to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not a chip company. We don't know how to make chips. We don't know how to market chips. We don't have
We
the
don't
money
know
to.
anyone at Smith's that
No.
we can drop the idea.
So my
to and
idea
take the
is an
credit.
ideas marketplace where you can submit ideas and
People
so-
can bid for them.
yeah, companies can bid on them, or maybe it's a subscription service or something. They get access to it. So I would suggest to a chip. It's a confidential platform where I can submit an idea for a chip company. If the chip company wants to go view those ideas, they can go view it, and if they wish to use it, there is a finder's fee associated with it. So they could go make millions of dollars off this Wish Chips brand.
Yeah.
And all I ask
If
is
they turn it down, that you can
But I
go
don't-
to the next
yeah,
company.
yeah. Well, it just gets pitched to the next person, and
Yeah.
someone picks it up. I get. It's a win-win. Like if people are getting compensated for their ideas that they have every single day, there's a platform to put it on it. Then the companies they'll lap this up, getting ideas just delivered to them on a platter.
But you'd want like a finder's fee, then a certain percentage of sales if they go through.
I don't
wouldn't
think
you?
they would do the percentage.
I
don't
think
think
that's
so.
what you're giving up. If you're not willing
No.
to have a crack at this idea
Yeah.
yourself,
Oh,
you're
okay.
just taking a one-off fee
Yeah.
and walking away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes like you think of a really good ad, and it would only work for a certain company.
It's like that
oh,
time you invented internet banking.
Yeah, like that time.
No,
and then
not
they did it
internet
anyway.
banking, internet banking security, where it texts you or whatever that thing
Yeah.
was. You've had a million of these
Yeah,
where you've
so many
claimed
had
it
it.
after the idea was out.
Yeah, obviously they were going to do that anyway. But
Have you and I talked about this before?
I've
that or I've
banged on
heard-
about this idea.
You banged it. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. That
but
doesn't sound like you.
but sometimes it's a really specific idea
Yeah,
about Pepsi or Bogues beer or something, and the ad that you think of it only works for Bogues beer because it's a play on the word Bogues or something, and you want to pitch that ad idea to them.
Yeah.
There's no way to do that. Whereas if they're all on this platform,
You're a bit like Kramer. There's that episode of
Levels.
Seinfeld where he goes, look, he slaps the magazine. He's like, 3% 3% interest on this loan. That was my idea. That's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
All right, but you've got a.
Are you right to host this podcast again? Because are you okay?
Hey, I'm here for the laughs. So yeah,
Well, you just got to go.
yeah, that's right. So you've got a rant.
Oh, yeah. Now, Scoot, you're going to like this one.
Oh,
It's
good.
not often we agree on things, but while I was away on holidays, we hired a car
Holidays?
for 5 days.
I was checking my messages. Is that all right?
You have been the picture of professionalism this episode. So you've eaten chicken. You've
You know what?
checked your
When he
messages.
talks, we'll just check our phones and
Yeah.
just walk away.
I'm
and,
going
you
to
know.
stop until he's done. What are you doing?
Can I reply or not? Oh, no, you go ahead. I'm listening. I'm all ear. I'm all ear.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
fucking hell. Anyway, so we hired a car for 5 days. Now, pretty new car. It only had like 10,000 Ks on the clock or something like that.
Nice.
One of my biggest hates in the fucking world is when they release new models of things, like or an
Oh, yeah.
update on
I know where this is
a new
going.
version of a program,
Yes.
or a new operating system on your phone or something like that.
They
And they make things worse.
They make it worse.
They take away a feature.
Happens all the
or
time.
they like a feature that was well used and good.
Yeah.
So this car, there were 3 things that I noted were way worse than older cars. One, and Scoot, this is one I know you're
A
hater
proponent
of.
of? Would
I've
you say?
gone back to wind
that
down
is-
windows.
That is push button start on
Yeah,
a car.
there's no advantage of that.
Do you know? So I've got push button start on my car that
Yeah.
I own now.
Yeah.
I never know where to put my keys, and I often say to Scoot, "Do you know where the best place to put your keys is?
The key
Like
hole.
when you're driving the car, just so you know where they are, in the fucking ignition.
Yeah.
Like if you have an ignition,
Yeah.
you know where your keys are.
It's so dumb. Like, it happens all the time. Like, if me and Erin are both in the car and one of us has the key, like she's maybe got her key in her bag, and then I'm dropping her off somewhere. She gets out with the key and walks away, and I'm still trying to drive
So
the
how
car.
far have you got? Because I've never had one. I've never.
and it starts
the
beeping
car
or
the
something.
car goes
But
crazy.
all this
like,
stuff-
beep, 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 beep,
You know,
beep,
they
beep,
wouldn't
beep,
have
beep.
to have that system if
Yeah.
it just required the
Yeah.
key to be in
So
the
the
ignition.
the key's just got to be within the vehicle.
My car's still got to go.
Crank it up.
Crank it up at the front of it.
At the front, jump in.
Yeah, at the front.
Here we go.
Now the second one, again, this second one, my car has this.
Sorry.
This hire car had this, but my car has this, and that's an electric handbrake. So my car has an electric handbrake where I flick a switch to turn my handbrake on and off.
It's not the same as that clicking
Yeah, I
sound.
like ripping that
Yeah.
thing up, like
Big man,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. But here's the downside to the electric handbrake: if your battery goes flat, you can no longer push your car.
Yeah.
So my battery went flat
Yeah,
in the
true.
middle of the fucking Bunnings timber yard.
Oh.
And I was blocking 15 utes,
Hmm.
and I could not push my car out of the
With those
timber yard
tradies-
because you can't take
So
your
your
handbrake
wheels
off.
will be locked.
I would
You-
imagine
and
those
you cannot take that handbrake off.
those tradies were super
They
patient
were
with you.
fucking
They were
filthy.
just like
They were fucking filthy.
they're happy to wait for their
That's
ice
one
break.
of my pet hates.
Yeah, and I had one guy trying to jumpstart my car for me. I'm like, "You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong." He's like, "Mate, there's something wrong with your battery. You can't fucking jumpstart this." I'm like, he wanted to body one of the clamps. I'm like, "No, just put it on the fucking terminal. Just put it on the terminal." He's like, "No, you'll blow it. You'll blow it." And I'm like, "Just put it on the terminal." And he wouldn't. And then he fucked off. And I got another guy over. I said, "We're just going to put it on the terminal." We fucking did it, and we got out. But I could not push my car out of that timber yard. So that's the second one. And the third one is, now this is dumb. You know how they've got the reversing cameras in cars now?
Yeah, I
This
know that.
hire car that I had, when you put the car in reverse
Yeah.
and the reversing camera comes on, it automatically made your music or podcast that you're listening to quieter.
Oh.
So you couldn't hear it. And I said to Tash, "Why the fuck is it doing that?" And she's like, "Well, because you're concentrating,
sensor.
because you're reversing."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, now I've got to pause my fucking podcast."
And you probably can't because
I'm
the
listening to
screen's
Back on the Horse podcast. Scoot's about to say something fucking funny. I can't miss that because it's his podcast.
Yeah.
But when I put in reverse, volume down,
and you probably can't use the screen to pause it if you were wishing
I couldn't
to do
use
that.
the screen to pause it exactly.
'Cause it's
Dog
yeah.
shit feature.
Stop
No.
shit.
So my point is, why do they keep trying to improve things, but removing features that everyone loves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no, it happens
rant
all the
over.
time. Happens all the time.
Yeah.
And
Have you got one of them?
it's a disgrace.
It's a disgrace.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, we're moving on, and it's what everyone's been waiting for out there. Is we were going to touch on it last episode 7.
Is this Scoot's hypothetical?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
and
getting a beer.
a quick thanks again for everyone out there listening in and tuning in.
I had a lot of
we love
messages
it.
about this, actually. Like, it's
Yeah.
fucked that you didn't get to Scoot's hypothetical.
Oh, really? Okay, so
They
we're
do love
getting
him.
to.
Better be good now.
I think,
It better be good,
I
yeah.
think the stablemates might like Luke, Scoot.
Oh, really?
I called him Luke.
That'll do.
It's been a long night.
Yes. All right. So you've
All
got.
right. Do I have time to get a beer
hypothetical.
while you're talking? I
Can
will
you get
listen.
me a beverage too?
Yeah, I'll get you a beverage.
Yeah.
Just a Veeb.
A little
Yeah.
Veeb.
A Veeb.
All right.
Veebo.
Lego.
No, I'm okay. Thank
Benji?
you, sir.
All right. So
Okay.
I will listen.
Okay. So my hypothetical is, if you had 10 goes at life, so you knew you had 10 lives,
Right.
how would you apportion, what type of life would you live in each one? So you can't
So
actually
you can have 10 different ones, you're saying?
10 different lives, and you can choose how, like you might want to live one, you might say, okay, I'm pretty happy with how I've lived this life, I'll have a similar life, say 5 times, and then maybe one life I'm going to just, it's all going to be about travel, I'm not going to worry about having family or whatever, it's all just, I'm just going to see the world. Another one might be, I'm just going to surf. Another one might be something completely different. I'm gonna try to make it as an actor, as a method actor, which I don't know what that means.
Really? Why did you say it then?
I've heard the words.
Do you want me to tell you
Well-
now or not?
I prefer not to know, actually.
Don't give him facts. We don't want facts on this podcast. No.
This
So,
podcast, not the place for facts.
yeah, so discuss. Well, okay, do you want me to give you some parameters? Because if I was you, I'd be asking all these
No.
questions like, oh, can you control this?
No,
Can you-
we-
what about
think
we are normal
it's the
people.
same as if you sat down to watch a movie and then you realise the movie was about you, and then it leads up to this point now. Like if
Well,
you're,
hold on, okay, yeah.
do you then keep watching?
Oh, do you want to see how your life ends?
Yeah.
Or
Or
goes?
do you stop right there, like right here, right now?
And then do you still keep living it without knowing what happens?
You have the opportunity
to see
yeah,
how your life goes?
yeah, or you
Okay.
can watch the movie all the way to the end to see how it.
I reckon not knowing. I don't know. I think,
You turn it off.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's tricky, isn't it? Yeah.
Do you ever-
Because it's the same thing with the 10 different lives, I guess. So I don't know. That's a weird.
Do you ever
one.
watch a movie for the second or third time or something, and you know it's going to end the same way, but do you ever watch it just thinking, fuck, I hope this ends differently this time? Do you ever have that moment?
Oh, no.
No,
I don't think so.
a parallel world, maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
don't
so with
know.
the 10 lives, you can't just say, I'm going to be the top 6, like the number 1 in the world tennis player, because you can't control that. But what you could say is,
I was
You
going
wanna
to say
try
that.
to get to that.
yeah, I'm going to focus on being.
I was going to say, my brother made a huge mistake, in my opinion, early in his life. So he was working for a bank, earning pretty decent money, and he had a moment where a relationship ended, and he considered becoming a trainee golf pro. But he would have gone from good money down to like fucking $24,000 a year or something.
Yep.
And he decided not to do it. Even now, I think to myself, he could be on live. Like, he is a fucking
Yeah.
good
Good,
golfer. He's
yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Never practices, and he's got his handicap once to like +2. So I was going to say one of my lives, while I know I couldn't say I want to be Michael Clark,
In the
I
cricket.
would commit to a sport and just say, I'm going to have a
Yeah,
crack at
so
it.
you have one at trying to be a professional
I'm
sportsman.
going to copy everything Steph Curry does, and I'm going to stand there and shoot 4,000 fucking shots a day, or
probably
I'm
regret-
going to be out on the range. I'm going to hit these shots.
Meeting me that first time when you were maggot.
I was going to say the other 9 times I'd do that.
just one time. Yeah. Big
My wife's
regret.
probably listening to this going, oh, he'll say something lovely like, oh, the other 9 times I'd just marry Tash again. But I said I'd get maggot with Leggie 9 times.
It's like that Whitlam's line. What song is it? I can't remember the song. He's talking
Yeah.
about some girl, and he goes, "She was 1 in a million."
Yeah, but there's
so
5
there's
more.
5 more just in New South Wales.
Yeah.
Puts it in perspective.
But
yeah, I'd do the sport thing once. I would do a travel thing.
Yeah, do a nomad one. at
Yeah,
some
there's
point.
one where I'd just like live in a van.
Yeah, live in a
Not
van.
try to
Van life.
find a wife and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Not get a job. Just that's.
Yeah.
Does it go then back to regret? I think.
I guess it is about that. It's like I guess because some choices in life are mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
can't-
think it's regret as much as it is curiosity.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the sacrifice involved. If you want to go that sport route,
Yeah.
route,
Route.
Route.
Route. Yeah.
route.
I'll tell you.
I prefer route.
I'll tell you something that sparks it for me a lot. We work in a company where we've got 35-ish staff, a lot of whom now are young people in their 20s, and I'm watching them live very different lives. And there's one girl that works for us, and she travels the world. She's in bloody Prague 1 week, and then Rome the next week,
Ipswich
and
the
then
next.
Canada, and then straight into paradise in Ipswich. And
Paradise.
yeah, where you going, boys? Straight into paradise.
Yeah, kind of bunnies there.
And I often look at her life and think, fuck, imagine doing that. And I think that's it for me, is I get to see a
Yeah.
bit of that through the young people that come through the business.
It's
now
the
as
grass
well.
is greener though. Like these people who have one of the just say you wanted to do that nomad life or that travel life or some other life or even the famous person sports star life, they probably look at your life and go, I wish
I'm
I
out
just
of
have
spotlight, yeah.
I just want a normal
Well,
life,
it's
you
back
know?
to the song lyrics of
Would you-
"The grass is greener, but just as hard to mow."
Oh yeah.
John Butler. Yeah.
Oh,
John
yeah.
Butler Trio. Yeah.
Would you be rich or famous? Or rich or famous? Would you choose?
I'm both already.
I
What are
would
you
choose,
talking about?
I would choose rich.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Fame is a
famous.
curse, I reckon.
I reckon famous would be fucked.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
You look at the videos of like Justin Bieber and stuff where he's just trying to get from a fucking restaurant to his house. It looks awful. I wouldn't want to fucking live
Yeah,
that
you
life.
can't.
I
do
would be
anything.
The Beeb.
yeah, rich over
The
famous.
scrutiny too. Like,
I reckon
yeah.
a big struggle with your hypothetical, Scoot, is the 10.
Yeah.
10's a lot. Like if it
Well,
was,
you can apportion. You
yeah,
can say
yeah,
5 times I'm
yeah,
going to live.
I know, but yeah, like that makes it hard for me. Like I would say, well, I like my life now. I love my kids. I love my wife.
You won't have the same ones in the other lives, though.
Yeah, but
You-
but am I allowed to say I'm going to do out of the 10? I'm going to do that 7 times, and I'll have
Not
3.
well,
to
not
do
with your
this.
same wife and kids. It'll be you say 7 times. I'm going to settle down with a family.
Okay.
Not it might be some other person
Yeah.
and other kids. So
Yeah. Would those kids be happy to unpack the dishwasher?
Yeah.
Just checking.
probably not. I haven't met
Now,
one
can
who
I
is.
commend you, Scoot? That's the most sensible fucking thing you've ever said on
Well,
this
you know
podcast.
why?
That
I
was
think it
really
is.
good.
He's getting to that age now,
Oh.
and I remember going through it. It's the mortality thing setting in,
Oh yeah.
and you're going, "Oh, hang on a minute."
He has been talking
I'm-
about his life being worthless a lot lately.
Yeah,
You're
and his
okay,
kids.
Scoot?
Well,
Your kids
hey,
tell you
yeah,
that.
You okay?
It's liberating.
I'm just checking my messages over here. While we're,
What are you doing?
I've asked you if you're okay, and
You're going straight to your messages. Yeah. But you do, as you get older, everything changes, and then you look at it, you look back on life and go, "Oh, I did some really cool stuff. I did some fucking stupid stuff. What have I got left? What do I do now?" You
Yeah.
know? And thinking along those lines of 10 is pretty cool because you can. It's a fantasy. It's
Yeah.
But yeah.
If you happen to choose your same type of life more than once, then it's like, okay, well, I was pretty
yeah.
happy with what I did.
yeah,
The other thing I think, because I think about that a bit, getting old, and just like whether I'm worried about it, and life's going to be over one day.
dry dreams and wet farts.
And then I wonder what it's like to be older than I am. Like I feel differently now than when I was 20.
yeah,
And then will it happen again when 60, 80? If
Yeah, it
you're
will.
80, like I look at people who are 80 and I kind of feel sad for them. Like your life's
Close
nearly
to-
close to ending,
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff.
but they're exhausted.
But then I wonder, are they actually at more peace or more content because they've got more memory to look at and more to be proud of or
Yeah.
happy about that they've
Yeah.
experienced already.
It's
Yeah.
perspective. Like it's like when you're 20 and you go to a nightclub and it's just booze, and it's like, and you love it. Every week I want to go out clubbing on a Thursday night, and you're like, how could I ever not love this shit? And now we're 40, and I'm just like, I could think of nothing worse than going into a fucking nightclub. It's just perspective.
It's like looking at a puppy. Like we got a puppy at the moment.
Oh, he's
And
great.
he just goes
He pissed on me
so
earlier.
mental, and then he wears himself out. So, whereas then our previous dog, he was just like when he was older, just sleep all day. Not it's just like if he was looking at the puppy, he'd go, "Champ, just settle down. This is where it's at.
Yeah.
This dog bed is where it's at, mate.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like
That's right. Also, keep your piss inside yourself.
Well,
Don't
actually-
do it all over Jigs' leg.
well,
when he comes in
talking about the
house.
piss, the piss. So Teddy, our dog, bless him, he's still going strong.
Still-
At 6 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's
At 6
great.
months,
He is
you know,
pissing
well done.
everywhere in the house.
Yeah.
He just, and I'm just thinking,
He just pissed on my foot.
A, how good is that for him? It's just like, oh,
Sent
no.
away.
And then B, for me, it means I can now just piss on the floor in the kitchen, and no
blame
one.
the dog.
It's just the dog. 'Cause, like, as far as anyone else knows, it's the dog.
It's only 3 litres more.
Yeah. I took a dump the other day on the,
On the
kitchen
floor,
bench.
on the bench.
Then I thought, wait, he can't jump up on the bench. Speaking of pissing,
One of your kids put the dog on the bench.
You've already done speaking of pissing.
well, actually, we'll come back to that. Did we tell that story? We'll come back to the poo story.
Okay.
The doggy bag story. It will come. Have we told that on the potty yet?
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it. But
Yeah.
speaking of pissing, you were outside before and you what did you say? You nearly pissed on a chair.
Yeah.
Oh, because you put some
we
chairs.
we were tidying the studio earlier, and me and Ben put some chairs out there, and it's dark outside. And I forgot that Ben put a chair in the garden, and I went out and I nearly pissed on one of Scoot's chairs in the garden.
And I was just thinking, what's the funniest thing you've pissed on? If nothing comes to mind, I'll go.
Of course you will.
It sounds like you've got one loaded, ready to go.
Oh, what an amazing turn of events that this has landed in your lap like this.
So
it's
we-
almost like you set it up.
We were at Byron Bay for someone's birthday or something. It was just a boys' trip.
I remember.
We hired a house. Pretty good. Remember that spa we were in, and
Oh, that spa
people
was
were not getting out
disgusting.
to piss as
No.
frequently as I was watching how many beers went in
I
and
never-
how many times they got out to go to the toilet.
I have never pissed in a spa, and I did not piss in that spa.
Okay.
But that spa was disgusting the next
Yeah.
day. There was a film
Yeah.
on top of the water, like when you were at my
It was Filmsville. It was Filmsville. But so that weekend, remember we went out to, I think it was Cheeky Monkeys, or we went out to do the bars and all that sort of stuff. And as always, when you're at Byron, you end up at Cheeky Monkeys.
Yeah.
That was the last place that's open.
Yeah.
Dance on the tables, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we walked home from there to the Airbnb house that we had. And on the walk home, I was, oh, sorry guys, I'll just quickly do a piss. And I found a tree to do a piss on. So I went up to this tree, just in the dark, it's like 2 a.m. or something. Went up to the tree and started pissing. And then I got the fright of my life. Like, I did not know it was happening. Like, there's all this commotion and stuff where I'm pissing. And I don't know, I thought it was like, I don't know what my drunk brain was thinking was happening. But suddenly, these two people get up
Oh, no.
from the ground
No way.
and just piss bolt. And I pissed on some people having sex under that tree. And I
You're
think,
marking your territory.
because I think what happened, like I was like
Water
pissing
sports.
right next to them, because I was pissing for a little bit before anything happened. And they were just, their initial thing was, let's just stay quiet.
No.
Stay quiet and it'll all pass. But then I must have shifted and I was actually pissing on it. And then they're like, okay, abort. And they just,
I remember
that was the fright of my life.
Oh, that was
Hell.
theirs too. Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, did we tell Benji? Yeah, it's probably worth telling again. If we have.
Which one are you talking about?
You know when a mate or something was at the beach and he had
The
to
guy
take
was at the beach
take a
and he
poo
had to
in the
dump.
sand.
Oh
dune?
yeah, that was episode 2.
And the dog.
Yeah, the dog.
Yeah, yeah. Tell it again.
No, no,
Well, not everyone listens to
episode.
no, they can stay with my
Yeah.
song
Oh,
back
okay.
listeners.
Go back to episode
Episode 2,
Episode
timestamp.
God,
Come
you're,
on.
I'll
I
edit
was
this in.
complimenting you for the last segment, and now
Just
you
listen to the whole
this
thing.
one.
Real professional,
Listen
Ben.
to the
Yeah,
whole
sorry.
episode. Yeah.
I don't remember the exact second.
All right, we're moving on.
18
Fishy
weeks
B.
ago.
Let's go to Fishy B
This
then.
has been Scoot's least professional episode.
All right. Well, speaking of
This-
pissing on things like dogs do,
Fishy
do you have a spirit animal?
No.
I reckon Teddy, my dog, because he can just do what he wants. Where
What
he
do
Do you know
wants.
what a spirit animal is?
No,
No.
define spirit animal.
Yeah, define that.
Like,
It's an animal that
definitive.
defines you as a person.
I guess so, yeah. So some people have ravens or lions or things like that. They would, and they have. I think there's some numerology stuff as well where you can find out what your spirit animal is if you put in your date of birth and that kind of thing.
Maybe
so.
a dugong? I've been told at cricket, if I drop a ball, that I've got hands like a
It's
dugong.
like a dugong. Yeah. Ben, do you have a spirit animal at all?
I reckon it'd be a fucking flathead. Dirty grey flathead.
Tasty.
Yeah,
Bit of salt and
flying
pepper.
around.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Oh, have you got one?
I don't think so.
No.
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 It's maybe a dugong.
Dugong as well. No. I'd probably go a rabbit. I think I'd have to go
Because you're fast and you like to fuck a lot.
I'm not fast. Definitely not. I'm definitely not
You
fast.
do like to fuck a lot.
Here's another one. Favorite book. This would be interesting from you. You have a favorite
Yeah,
book?
it's a clear favourite from my point of view.
Yeah.
Boy Swallows Universe.
Oh, it is too. Yes.
It's a great book.
Haven't got round to that one yet. He's Brisbane boy.
Yeah, Trent Dalton, the author, he used to write for the Courier Mail, but he just has a way of writing. It's awesome. It's an awesome story. It's actually local in Brisbane, the story, which adds to it.
Based
But
in
even without that, it's just a great story.
Now, did you read it paperback?
Nah,
or
audiobook.
Audio.
I love a good audiobook when they put effort into it. I
So
reckon
you listen to it?
I listen to it in the car.
Right. You haven't
I-
read
Obviously, like I would recommend mainly listening to the podcast if you were
it back
driving.
on the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you
On the way
exhausted
home,
all
maybe.
those episodes, then you
Yeah.
could.
Benji, you got a...
Big W summer catalogue. 1997.
Not Victoria's Secret.
Oh, not Victoria's Secrets. My God.
No,
Yeah.
I've got a favourite book. It's called The Twins and the Smugglers. It was a book I read as a kid. It was
Oh, yeah,
pretty cool.
really?
Just about caves. Like, everyone loves a cave.
Yeah.
Like some kids they're following smugglers down a cave, and it was just really
Great adventure.
Cool. Yeah, it's really
Oh,
cool.
that's brilliant.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, similar to Benji. Like, I was a huge reader as a kid. Like, I loved all the Enid
Playboy and Penthouse.
Playboy, Penthouse. I loved all the Enid Blyton books and all that kind of stuff as a kid. I was a huge reader, and I don't know. I fell out of love with books. Like, I used to read all the Dean Coombs kind of books. And all
Oh
that
yeah,
kind
Dean
of
Koontz.
stuff.
Thrillers.
And I loved them. But I just it's not my scene.
I reckon it's because
anymore.
we read all day at work.
Yeah.
All day.
But have you
just
tried
read.
listening?
I think it's since I've had kids.
Okay.
Since I've had kids, I'm too exhausted to read
Yeah,
a fucking book.
I couldn't read.
Yeah, I do want to get
Listening.
into audiobooks though.
That's all.
Yeah.
Because I can't read. If I read, I fall asleep. 'Cause
Yeah.
yeah, exhausted. It's not enough time to read. But the car time is dead time.
Yeah. I
Just-
don't. Yeah,
yeah.
but then
Obviously
then COVID came along and took away my car time, and now I can't keep up with the podcasts I do like.
Like this.
So, like this
Yeah, well,
one
this
and
one,
all
yeah.
that stuff. So, yeah, no, it's put a bit of a halt on it for me. But yeah,
Is it-
it's weird
is-
because I was always.
Let me guess on yours, Leggie.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. Mine's a clear favourite. Yeah.
Is it The Gunslinger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark Tower by
Yeah.
Stephen King.
Oh,
the
so
whole
Gunslinger
series.
is like the first book,
the
isn't
first
it?
one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The Dark Tower. I think there's 8 books, 9 maybe. Yeah. So yeah, everything. If you can get through that first book, and then because it does drag out a bit, but then it just sets the scene for the whole thing. They tried to do a movie about it and they fucked it.
They always do, don't they?
Yeah, it was like 88 minutes to tell a thing.
A 7-8 book series. Or
Yeah,
something,
that he started in the 70s and finished in 2010 or something. So
Is there
Anyway,
any
yeah.
book, any movie? I'm sure there is. Is it? My question.
yes,
First, it's a 2-part question. Part A:
yeah.
is there any book where the movie they made was good / better than the book? And B, second part of the question is it, if you had not read the book, would the movie have been good? Like, you know those books that you've read the book, then you see... I don't know if I've ever read a book and then watched the movie and been happy with the movie. But is that just because I've read the book? If I never read that book and I just watched that movie in isolation, would it have been a good movie?
Yeah, I think like Stephen King, The Shining. I
Yeah.
think that's a good example of
Like
it.
Shawshank Redemption, was that a book?
Yes.
At some point,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I hadn't read the book, so I think the movie's good. But if I had read the book, would I just be really disappointed with the movie?
Yeah.
So you liked the Shawshank Redemption? You liked the movie better than the
Oh,
book?
I hadn't read the book. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
yeah.
But if I had have read the book,
Yeah.
I think when it's a depiction of when you read it and you see it in your mind, and then it depicts the same thing in the movie, you go, "Oh, they've nailed it. This is really cool," because it's what you saw in your own head when you're going through the story yourself. But if it's different, you're going to go, "Oh, the movie was shit."
Yeah.
but is it always going to be less detail in the movie and stuff is glossed over? And is that just going to frustrate you no matter what?
Yeah.
If it's a book that you
Yeah,
love.
if you love that book,
Because remember, you're
I
spending
don't
12
see
hours,
how the movie can...
12 to 15 hours with the book.
Yeah.
And then like 2 hours with the movie. So
Yeah.
They're very different mediums. Can I say that? Is that
Oh,
the word?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Is this like when you said method actor and didn't know what it meant?
Yeah. Like, because in a book, think about a book, like everything you read is basically a description of what's happening and what people are thinking and that sort of stuff. Whereas the movie, you don't get any of that. What are they thinking?
No, not at all.
There's no
that's
real
right.
way.
There's no narrator.
There's no,
Yeah.
unless they literally put a narrator.
Yeah.
All right, I found another one that we can go on to. Maybe the last one. Hey, we're running out of time.
Yeah, we're good.
Angie? Yeah. All right. What albums or album changed your life?
Got a list.
Just give us 5. Like, don't go past 5.
Yeah, I'll go before Scoop.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It didn't change my life, but Blink-182 is one of my favourite bands.
Yeah.
And I remember, the first time I listened to Blink-182, I found a CD at a bus stop of theirs. And I found this CD at the bus stop, and I'm like, fucking hell.
Was that Meet the Family?
No, it was Dude Ranch.
Oh, yeah.
Like, real early on.
And you
And
hadn't
I
really...
found it at the bus stop, hadn't listened to it, put it into my Discman, fucking free CD, and I was like, oh yeah, cool.
That's
and I listened
awesome.
to it the whole way home, and from that moment, I loved that
Loved
band.
it, yeah.
So I wouldn't say it changed my life, but it finding that CD
It found you.
definitely.
Yeah.
We would
It found
always
you.
listen to that. Remember, just Blink One. Anytime we were driving anywhere to
Yeah.
Indra or whatever, we'd always have that Blink 182 going.
Yeah. I've got a couple. I think one of that I remember as a kid, Mum used to play on Sundays. There'd be friends over, the parents, kids playing and all around. And it was the Chronicles by Creedence Clearwater, and everyone just loved it. We got the can you say that anymore? Puffs out. And we used to play the
If you
drums
didn't
on
say
the
it like
puffs.
that, it would have been fine.
Yeah, if you hadn't said,
I don't know.
can you say that
I don't know.
anymore?
Yeah, we can
It would
beep
be
it out
fine.
or whatever. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say vegetables.
And with the tennis rackets. And anyway, another one was radio songs. I think it was the best of Cold Chisel. These are all on records, by the way.
Yeah.
So I had to think, and I think Flame Trees, which is my favourite song, was the last song on the record, and I always used to take it over and play it. But not that recent, and it was a weird one for me because I didn't mind. It was like an acoustic kind of album. Was Soulcore by Sean Mullins.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think I bought it in Australia, but I was travelling in the States just on my own for a few weeks, and what the album was singing about, I was singing as I was on the bus.
Is this one of those things like we talked about last episode where we were talking about the French bread?
Yeah, why can they make French
And it's
bread
because
here?
you're there.
Yeah.
Do you think and I did this when I was in Port Douglas. I was videoing this musician on stage and sending it to Leggie.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, and later on I was thinking, fuck, she was so good. She was such a good musician. I'm so glad I recorded that and sent it to Leggie. But then I was thinking, Leggie's probably appreciated that so much less because he wasn't there, on holidays in Port Douglas and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Is that what it was, do you think? Like,
Oh,
because it reminds you now of how you felt when you were
It's the feeling of it, hey? Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
why I think, I guess it
takes you back.
yeah, I guess they don't really change your life, but they maybe do it in a way that you're not aware of. And like I'll still listen to that song now and remember that album now and remember those times.
Yeah.
And yeah, so okay, here we go.
Benji.
Oh, Benji, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's all right. Mine's clearly Appetite for Destruction.
oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Had the old Sony Walkman with the cassette. I
Cassette.
just remember putting it on and riding around and just
Yeah.
going, oh, like the adults couldn't hear the swearing. And like, the swearing in there, we're like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm really grown up now. And it was just awesome.
Do you remember
For some
when,
reason, I loved it when my parents could hear the swearing.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember when the Sony Walkman released that feature where you didn't have to take the tape out anymore and flip it over
just
and put
press
it back in? You could press a button and it played the other side.
Oh, really?
That was fucking technology.
Yeah,
That
wasn't it?
was a
Yeah.
mint feature.
Double-sided play.
Yeah, just
Oh,
and
yeah,
it
actually, I
played the
remember
other
that.
side.
Yeah.
My daughters, they're cute. The 13 and 11, but the song "Brother" by Matt Corby, and it's got the F word in it, and when they
Don't
sing
love
along
it?
in it.
Don't they love that, the kids,
Yeah.
when they hear the swearing?
No, but when they're in the car with me, they'll sing the song. We're all singing the song, and I'm the only one who says the F word, and they won't.
good
They'll
on
stop it,
That's
and I'll
just well
say,
trained.
"Oh, that's really cute,
See,
girls."
this is-
And my eldest goes, "Dad, we sing it when you're not around." I'm like,
See, I was going to say, this is my brother and I raise our kids very differently. I swear in front of my kids, and my kids know. Adults swear, people swear, just know who to say it in front of and who not to, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas my brother does not like it if I drop a
Really?
swear word in front
I
of his
find
kids
that-
and stuff. He just doesn't
I find
like
that-
it.
You're
And my
called
brother's a
Jigs.
loose
I know
unit.
your brother,
Oh,
and
he's
I
a-
find that so funny.
Yeah, he's a fucking loose unit.
You don't
but he
say hello when you're called Jigs. You go, "Kids in the car."
Yeah, that's right. I'll go, like, "Kids in the car, Jigs!" Like, all right. Scoot, did you know Scoot's kids have got a game they play when I'm on the phone with him and he's in the car where they count my swear words? Like, and then
They
I'll
love
find
it.
out Zach's in the car and I'll be like, "Oh, shit, g'day, Zach. How many are I up to? 32.
I think swearing in front of your kids sometimes it's important. I think
Yeah.
it
Teach them how,
emphasises.
who to use it,
Yeah.
where to use it. and-
Yeah, no, I think so too.
Anyway, sorry, albums for you.
All right. Saddle up for the long haul. you kids.
I actually have a list.
I know you do.
Yeah, there's heaps, but I mean, there's just maybe
The
one
one-
or two that stand out that you think.
There's one in particular.
Yeah, narrow it.
The runner-up
I
would
knew
probably
you
be
could narrow it.
Unplugged in New York by Nirvana.
Oh yeah,
I just
Yeah.
the time of my life, and I just think it's a fantastic production, and just he's one of the singers who is most professional vocalists would say he's a crap singer, but to a listener, like his
Just
ability
raw,
to
yeah.
put emotion into his voice, and the quality of that voice is amazing. So that's a runner-up.
Yeah.
But clear favorite for me would be Rage Against the Machine, self-titled album.
I love
The
that
the
album.
power and the anger
Yeah,
in that
a
album
lot of
is
angst in
just
it. Yeah,
absolutely amazing.
Why do
Yeah.
you reckon it? So the criteria of the card was
Oh.
changed your life. Why did it change
Fuck.
your life?
Okay. Well, I guess it didn't.
no, that's what I'm saying.
It's asking,
It
well,
may-
how did it
it
impact you?
may- Yeah,
How did it impact you? I guess is what I'm asking.
I think it's just it's one of those ones that, yeah, as you teenage, like you get angry, that sort of stuff. It's just a really good thing. I'll use that as pump up music if I'm gonna
it's
play a
great.
game of sport or something like that.
yeah,
I should play it
Yeah.
for the kids. Like I just love.
yeah.
Yeah.
it's good.
I think I've just thought of another one was "Surfing with the Alien"
Oh, yeah.
by Satriani. Yeah,
Mm.
that was like I just listened to it over and over again. It was like
Yeah, instrumental music just over and over again. Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah. And how do they keep? You've seen them live?
Satriani?
Yeah.
No, I never have.
I went to the G3 here, and like there was three bands. It was Petrucci, Steve Vai, and Satriani. Not a word was sung.
Yeah, yeah.
The three artists,
Yeah.
but the crowd was just mesmerised. How
Yeah.
do you do that with instrumental music? Yeah,
great,
win Grammys and shit. Anyway, I think we're done, guys. We're all
think so,
done. Yeah. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Once again, if you like what we do, give us a follow. Send it all through to your friends.
This
My
has been a
God.
very sensible finish to an
Oh, is it?
episode.
Oh, you want to,
Usually
we can
someone-
make it crazy.
Usually
if you
someone
like.
does something stupid and
Yeah. Oh,
Quick
we've been
rags on
deep
each
and
other.
we've been laughing,
We're
crying.
checking on the
laughing,
Nasdaq, or how's the
and
Nasdaq going?
Nasdaq.
Yes.
Fuck, there it is.
I
What
think
about the jacaranda? Oh, the jacarandas! Oh, the fucking jacarandas!
Yes, check us out, TikTok, YouTube, all of those ones there, and we will see you next time, Hobo Studios, for episode 9. Rock and roll. Thank you very much, and good
Start
much.
thinking about number 9.
Can we talk about that?
Fucking horse.